Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Sorcery and Secrets campaign. I'm your host, Uncommon Guru, with my good friends here. Say hello, everyone,
Hello.
Hello.
Talking bird.
as one does.
Oh.
All right, and we will begin with a very quick recap. Uh, Last week, after realizing that things in this particular city have been quite clearly a little bit odd, definitely off from what they were expecting. Uh, Starting with Shuffle, getting out of being interrogated, as it were, while Yevon and the party she had led to the tavern where our good friend had been poisoned and put to take a nap on a bench. They had run the owner out and realized that he was infected by some thing that had disgorged itself from his body and promptly died a few moments later. Checking back on everything to ensure that there wasn't anything in the wine or the water because they were just like, no, check everything. They determined that it wasn't in the wine, thankfully. Looking around, though, they were also able to discuss with the captain of the Ocean's Eye, Ford, as well as his first mate, Mollymock, who, yes, I am utilizing characters from Critical Role because I already have their sats. That's literally why I picked them. A. In the meantime, they've been gathering themselves together. There's still a few days before they will get fully loaded, as they've seen that they're just getting a few boxes on. They've taken a look at the ship, as well as seeing that there's a couple of heavy artillery, as it were. Very rare in these parts, but cannons, few as they are, do come around every now and then. And in the meantime, they currently have just a tiny bit more downtime before heading out to the sea. So, for the last few days, what is it that you all would like to be doing? You're looking for clothing, I understand. Roll an investigation check or a persuasion check to see if you can find a place that sells cloth in an area that doesn't normally have cloth.
Ah.
You find some. It's very limited stock, though. Cloth is not something that generally comes around here. Usually, when they get it, it's immediately processed into clothing. Currently, at the moment, they're mostly using it for their own purposes, but they're willing to sell it to you for 3 silver a pound.
I'm gonna get £4.
You're gonna get how much?
£4.
Okay, easy enough. So you pay 12 silver? 16
Yeah.
silver. No, 12. Oh,
Ah.
yes, I thought it was
Yeah,
4 silver
literally
for a second.
12.
Yes, 12. Yes,
Don't
12.
do this
I'm
to
like, wait, did I do my math wrong? Yes, 12. So you pay 12 silver, 1 gold, 2 silver, whatever you want to call it. And Minnie is more than happy to assist with taking that back. She just loaded up on her, and it's a pound of cloth. She easily has it on her shoulders, just like, I'm helping. And I'm presuming, just based off of you, that you're using it to create yourself a fanciful new outfit.
Actually, I'm making a scarf.
Ah,
Minnie needs to be warm.
of course. Minnie tries to protest this, but you give her that voice, and she just kind of like, okay, mommy.
I mean, to be fair, it would only take about £2. You can make 2 whole outfits out of a pound of fabric.
Yeah, you actually only need just 1 pound if you made it in a certain way, but if you want it to be warm, you would need the second pound.
That's why I said it'd only be £2.
Yep, unless you had like fur, which is different from cloth, but you could weave that in and use that as an insulator. But right now,
they sell fur?
this is not a place that sells fur. This is a place that
Okay.
sells skins from like sharks and stuff like that. It sells traded cloth, which is why it's as expensive as it is. It's not a
There
place
is-
where you're going to have,
There is by no chance a forest at all nearby, is there?
no. You are
All right.
you are towards the ocean area. This is not where you're going to find forest.
I was gonna fly, shit.
Yeah, even with flight, you might not get back before the ship takes off.
You cut out.
You might not get back before the ship takes off if you try and fly out to a forest. So you would just be
Why do you
stranded.
keep...
Why am I cutting out? What?
You're still cutting out!
Hello,
He
hello.
cut out
Testing.
in the
1, 2,
same
3.
exact spot.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you wish
You
to be
cut
left
out.
behind, Paris?
No!
Then don't fly to the forest.
There's no creatures with fur at all in the vicinity of this town at all.
I mean, you probably could find like a few rabbits.
In this area, not really.
I'm
Most
not
of the
even looking
areas
for
near here,
rabbits. I mean, anything with fur.
in this vicinity, probably not.
Squirrel.
There are, I mean,
Damn.
if you're like trying to find squirrels and such, maybe, or dogs. But the dogs are generally pets,
No!
so probably not your best bet.
I'm sitting here thinking deer, buffalo, ox, and
Yeah. There are some ox, but generally they're made into leather, not the most warm. And
Maybe
you
get
have
fish
weaver.
skin.
Yeah,
did
that's
you just
not
say
the most
fish
warm.
scales?
He did.
Yeah,
Not the most warm outfits you could be wearing.
No.
but it helps with swimming.
Okay, she's a bat. Wait, actually, no, never mind. Bats can't swim.
They can swim. Just not the best.
No, but he's not going to the water. Ami, move.
So you're going to be making the scarf for Minnie. Easy enough.
Ah, I should have asked for wool. But they have no wool.
They do
They
not have
have
wool.
none. God damn it. I just imagine just Alex sitting on top of Minnie's back, so what kind of backwater fucking town didn't have yarn of some sort?
Place by the ocean where they generally haven't needed it as much. Like they'll
Okay.
get
No,
the
no.
furs imported in, but they're not selling it actively.
No. You can stop right there, because being next to the ocean usually means you're fucking cold, which means that you need something warm.
Yeah. And they're not generally selling that material. They're usually making that into their own clothing.
Do they sell woolen clothing at all?
Yes, but they're not selling wool.
Okay. Can I... What is it called? I'm trying to figure out what the
There's a
fuck's it
symbol.
called. Yes, there we go.
What?
Can I grab some wool clothing, disassemble it, and reuse it?
You could. It would require the cost of the clothing, which for wool
Naturally.
clothing to travelers. Grab the book real quick. So it is a slightly inflated price. Clothing. If you're just getting like common clothing, it's a gold per piece of clothing that you buy, which would probably get you about a quarter of a pound of wool.
I think it's...
Hmm.
Can I give
Actually-
you the math that I looked up? Because I actually
No,
thought about
no,
this.
it would be a pound of wool. Pound of wool to every 2 pounds of cloth. Actually, is
I'm
wool heavier
confused.
than cloth?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, then you'd be able to
By a
get 2
lot.
pounds. You'd be able to get 2 pounds per pound. I apologize. I'm trying to do the math in my head.
It's like 3 shirts out of a pound of fabric, so... What, 3, 4 gold?
If you wanted to spend that much on the clothing, yes, by all means.
Yes.
Yep. So you shell out 3 to 5 gold, however much you prefer, and you'll be spending most of your time taking the wool out. You probably wouldn't be able to finish it fully before going out onto the ocean, but you could at the very least have the stockpile of wool ready to go, so when you're out on there, you can actually make Minnie a very fluffy, warm scarf.
There we go.
Okay. And what is who wants to go next?
I'll go. It's pretty simple.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just for the 2 days. I'm just gonna be enchanting the bracer.
Okay. What was it that you were enchanting it with again?
Haste.
Gotcha.
It's
So
a one-time use on the bracer.
of course. So you're taking your
One-time
time.
use per day. I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course. It's got you're trying to make sure that it has the recharge. It's going to definitely take some time to make sure that it gets in there, because basically you're trying to put in extremely tiny etchings into it just to make sure that it keeps the magic as a returning value for it. I don't know what that sound
Well, let
was.
me roll. What the hell?
But you're definitely taking your time. You're making sure to continue things as you're going forward. What is it that our Varric is doing at this time?
Oh, I'll be performing.
I had to roll, sorry.
You're fine.
I'll be performing.
Okay. Roll a performance check.
Hang on. Let me at least add a. Let me at least use a spell first. First, I'm going to cast Enhance Ability on myself, and I choose a Eagle Splendor, which will help me with Charisma.
Okay.
Ooh, excuse me.
What the heck? My roll isn't showing up.
I know it's doing that right now. Did it to Paris just a moment ago. Don't know
It,
why.
you might have to change it to where. What the fuck? It showed up. What is this?
What is what?
Ah, get away. There we go.
Alright.
Sorry about that.
Alright, let me roll it with advantage.
Ignore that roll. I'm just doing something weird.
No. 29.
You get more than a few crowds going during the few days. You know, just performing, chatting with some of the people. Uh, During that time, when you're having the downtime between performances, you hear just kind of mutterings and just kind of like people being more than slightly disgruntled by uh, goings on in the city. Too many people keep just vanishing, and it's getting to a few of them. Most of the sailors haven't even really noticed it because they just come through this place, but the locals, they're definitely a little bit nervous.
And I'll only accept drinks from her, the Joe bartender.
Of
'Cause
course,
I'm not getting poisoned again.
of course. You're like, no, I'm not taking drinks. I need to stay on my egg. Nah, I haven't. I imagine that you use it like as part of a story where you're just like, nah, I ain't getting poisoned again.
Yeah, I've been. Yeah, what people offer you? If I'm just gonna say I've been poisoned once, and it's not gonna happen again.
Understandable. They're not necessarily understanding of it, but they're just, they're willing to accept it and let it be as it is.
Yeah, but I say it nicely though.
Of
in a
course.
polite way.
Of course. During that time, you'd probably rack in, say, about a good 15 gold and about 12 silver.
15 GP and 12 silver.
So if you want, you could just say 18 GP.
I could, but I'm breaking it down to silver in case you wanted to pay with stuff using silver later.
Yeah. Yeah, understandable.
I know.
12 silver
Yes, 12 silver.
and 15 gold. Alright, cool, thanks.
All right. And is there anything besides the performances you're doing?
Just women here, not my type, so just performing, and I would like to spar. I would like practice swordsmanship with Molly.
Okay. Molly is more than bemused by it. He's like, all right, I'm happy to go a few rounds with you. Pulls out his twin scimitars, ready to basically just have some light banter, essentially.
Out of character is one of the, or not out of character, is one of them golden and bent?
Uh, Currently, unless you are there watching, you wouldn't know based off of it being drawn while he's in combat. For those who are in character, yes.
Alright, I'll take out my 2 bone gladius.
He kind of gives him a look like, huh, a little more barbaric than I expected of you. You got more little secrets in you than I realized.
Oh, these these were actually made. Let's just say they were made out of the bones of a demon. Me and my friends killed.
Fair enough. He
I'll tell you the story later.
gives a little.
Shall we?
He grins.
No.
Sounds good. Steps forward, and you guys begin to spar. It's not anything formal. It's not like a roll initiative combat. It's just you guys basically just kind of pushing each other, checking each other out. It's clear just from going toe to toe with him, he has a little bit more experience in terms of 2-weapon fighting. But you, at the very least, you're putting in your all and your best effort into it. So you're You're holding your own.
You're pretty good.
Thanks. I don't remember much of my training, but it's like breathing. Just sheathing behind his back. Just you're not bad yourself.
Thanks, Iron Fang. I'll sheath my swords. Thanks. Iron Fang drilled these lessons into me.
Iron Fang. Sounds like a hard ass. He kind of gives a little chuckle.
Oh, if you knew. Oh, you would. Oh, if you only knew the training I endured with him.
He shakes his head. Just, I believe you. I don't really know what to say to that, but sure.
Mhm.
All right. He'll probably be one of those kind of people who's just like, if you don't mind, I can buy you a drink, but I'll buy it from the pretty lass that you say you only buy him from. If you trust her, I can trust her. What's
Yeah.
life without a little bit of risk every now and then?
Yeah. As long as it's that location. Because I don't trust the dancing spider anymore.
I mean, the bartender's gone. Heard about that little fiasco.
Yeah. If it weren't for Shuffles or our Minotaur friend, I would have been saying hello to the Raven Queen.
I mean, to be fair, Raven Queen doesn't sound like a half bad lass. I've heard of worse gods, but that's just me.
Question, Guru.
Hmm.
When he says that, does somebody on the ship give him a stank eye?
He's currently in the
When,
bar, so he is not being
oh,
heard by
okay.
the person who would give him the stank eye.
Okay. Making sure.
Yeah, no worries. I am aware of their relationship. I have not seen it fully fleshed out, but I have seen it.
Anyway, how close are you and? Yeah. Oh, I forgot to ask you something.
Yeah?
You and the tall girl are very close. How'd you two meet? What was her name? I think it's Yasha.
Did I introduce Yasha last session? I do not remember
No.
that because it was 2 weeks ago.
So,
Yeah, at no
No.
point do I remember Yasha being mentioned.
oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm just like, wait, I didn't mention Yasha. You've not seen her.
Oh, sorry. I was.
If you can ask about Ford, but you've met Ford. You've also met the man in the dark feathered cape, who seems very mysterious and edgy. But beyond that, you haven't seen
sorry.
much else of the crew.
Sorry, I forgot.
You're fine.
Dark. Hold
Alright,
up.
how'd you meet Fjord? Fjord.
It was a interesting little event. You see, there was a demon that was accosting our little traveling group, but well, let's just say that in the end we won out, and well, my compatriot wasn't able to continue, so I mean I had nothing better to do, so I started just kind of following along. It's been an interesting journey, to say the least. Yeah, you'll get probably plenty of time to get comfortable and get acquainted with them. Meanwhile, the DM is just staring at an army of puppers in confusion because this whole time I've wanted to comment on it, but you just keep adding more.
I'm so very. What?
Well, I'll just spend time performing.
Yep,
and,
no worries.
Talking to my new brother in arms.
Of course. Yeah, you during the conflict, if you activate the thing at end point, you actually do see him. At one point, he blinds you, which kind of gives you a hint as to this is who he is. This is kind of what he does. Ah, I get it now. So you are aware that he is a blood hunter. He doesn't talk about it. He doesn't bring it up, mention it at all. But you're aware.
Yeah.
He also has somewhat charismatic charms, as it were, but you're not sure if that's just his devilish grin or if he's just being a goof, or if there's any magic behind it. But you don't notice him ever really using magic from your perspective, so probably not. It's still
Yeah.
kind of it's just interesting to watch. In the meantime, Shuffle, you spent the first day doing some important business, as we've discussed.
Oh, I thought that was the first night.
Yeah, no, that was the no, night into the first day. So you've gone back and you've had a discussion off camera to get a feel for something that you realize that, in thinking back on it, there was a phrase that I missed that, maybe. So you went back to check that out. I'm going to start getting rid of these puppers off this screen in a little bit. You stop this. You stop this right now. You keep adding more, and now I have to draw the line.
I wanted to fill up the screen with them.
All right, you wanted to fill up. Hold on, you want to fill up the screen? Hold on here. Let me see if I can help you out with that real quick. Hold on.
Oh.
Do it real. Hit us with it.
Let's see if it'll actually allow me to. I don't know if can actually have the capacity to do this, so we'll find out.
We're testing Roll20's limits.
Roll 20's just gonna crash as soon as it's filled.
Roll20 is attempting to crash at the moment.
Oh my god!
Played 'em.
Yo, boys, it's not the Roll20 is not working for me.
Oh my god! It's still working for me. I just keep seeing shit.
It's going very slowly.
Oh yes, because there's
Nope.
simply too many tokens.
Oh,
Oh
no!
no. Oh
The final
no.
battle.
We
The
might-
final battle has been revealed.
We might need to stop. We might need a purge. Oh, and
Oh.
I'm sorry, puppers. I gotta do it to you.
and Paige unresponsive.
Rip!
As soon as I start to leave. Yeah, this is why we don't just continually drop tokens.
It would be nice
Sigh.
if they didn't all come at once.
Hmm?
Probably
Well, I'm
would've
glad
been
you
if they
didn't
just-
drop them all at once, but at the same time, you
I
just
can't-
kept adding them.
You did that.
I did that whole adding them all at once thing, which is because I was trying to show you that no more. Stop this. Be done. In the
Be
meantime,
gone, thoughts?
in the meantime, what are you doing, Shuffle?
Okay, time to start doing stuff. Okay, I'll walk up to Yeb. First chance I get. He'll wave.
Oh.
Yevon, you are being approached.
Yes.
He pulls out whiteboard. Could you possibly make me a scroll if I asked nicely?
What kind of scroll?
He looks up. A scroll of something that could help me. I want to enchant a magic item for the first time, comma, side project.
I still need to know the spell.
What do you have that could help? I'm not sure what you have.
What are you trying to do?
He shrugs.
Confused bird noises.
I'm gonna tell him every spell I got.
Okay. So
Which, can I just copy and paste it? No, I can't.
you wanna just go over like some of the main ones that you think he might latch
I'll
onto?
just DM it to him,
Okay.
so it will take a second.
Understandable.
I miss. I was gone for a bit.
He is currently
I'm
going to
DMing
DM you
my
a
spell
few.
list and I'll
He's
tell you what I have.
he's DMing you some of the spells that you can try and think on and see about. Maybe this will be helpful.
Yeah. Shuffle's just bored and wants a side project while he's waiting.
Understandable. He's
also,
like,
have a.
Hmm?
He wants to start working on a pack of magic items.
okay.
Basically, he's gonna make a lesser deck of many things. Ideally, like each card is a different spell effect.
I'm going to let you know this right now. It will take you a lot longer with the cards
Mhm.
rather than if you were using something bigger. because the
Oh, I
cards
know.
are you basically the only reason why Yevon is having a lot more time with the bracelet is because of the fact that she's a wizard, a full wizard who has access to higher spells and such. So she
Hmm.
would have more
Hmm.
practice with such things. You are going to need a little bit more time.
Hmm. I know.
For some reason, the ocean noise has a lot of bird sounds.
Seagulls, man.
Seagulls went up, but they're not the seagull
Oh
sounds I was
yeah.
expecting.
Also, no cantrips. Nah.
You can
He's
still
like,
use them.
okay, he'll write down these because these are the ones that he might know. Like haste, he might know.
Hmm.
Let me roll Arcana to see how
Yeah,
many spells he would know.
yeah, go ahead. You know a good
16.
number.
So major image,
Hmm.
Arcana, not major image, haste, counterspell. Uh, just that kind of stuff, I guess.
Okay. Most of
Do
which
you
would
have any other?
require him to make the spell scroll, which would take time away from making the bracelet.
He's offering to pay you also if you do make him the scroll.
I'll probably. How long would it take to what spell?
Major image, counterspell, or haste.
Don't have major image. Only have counter spell and haste.
Just one of those.
I wouldn't be able to make it like within a time to go, right?
Oh no, you
For
would
the
not.
parts.
You're not even going to be able to finish the bracelet in time. These are sort of things that will take weeks to work on. If Shuffle were willing to assist, even though he doesn't have the magic spell level to cast these spells, because of the fact that he doesn't, he would not be able to speed the process up as much as if he were of that caster level. But he would be able to, at the very least, help assist slowly. So it would help to speed it up a little bit.
I do have a decent Arcana.
Oh, it's not anything about Arcana. It's the fact that you literally cannot cast the third spell levels. You literally cannot cast third
I
Tomatoes.
would
level
actually.
spells.
Tomatoes,
Yevon would actually
potato.
probably not help because she's selfish.
She has too much pride in her own work. Understandable.
Yep.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I want to enchant one of my cards with the shield spell. Then
Okay. It is going to take you quite a bit of time because it is going to again be inscribing that, figuring out actually how to do something like this, especially because you're trying to do it on a card, which a card is a very small medium to put this on, much like to the bracelet.
Ooh,
Another one that would
actually,
be small that you could do this on if you were doing like a
I want to
cantrip.
do this.
Hmm?
I want to put shield on my umbrella.
Okay. That is a
like,
much larger medium to work with, so you'd be able
Because
to
I think
have
like
more liberties
he
with it.
basically throws up his umbrella as a quick shield because he has his rapier in one hand and his umbrella sheath in the other. So to activate it, he would basically throw it out quickly in front of.
Basically turning it into a literal and magical shield.
Yeah.
I can dig it. It is still going to take time to do that, but you're like, well, I know some arcane stuff. I should be able to figure this out. Actually, start with rolling an Arcana, because this is your first attempt at making a magic item.
I'll roll luck.
Go ahead. Are you sure about
I
that?
hate myself.
Yeah, because that is not that is not an advantage or disadvantage. That is a luck roll. So that does not follow the normal crit rules that we had before, which I said before we're doing away with because just watching a Rog wreak havoc, I still have memories of it. But even so, 14's not bad. It definitely gives you a foothold, a decent place to kind of start with. You don't progress super fast. You're trying to take it slow because you want to make sure that this actually works.
He's not gonna do it like all day, every day. He wants to just, start a little like side project.
Of course, it's a side project.
So he's doing this all on the ship because he has nowhere else to stay.
You currently,
not-
you said you were going to be resting on the ship, right?
Yeah. So eventually I would just go, I'd walk up to the one with feathers.
Ah, yes. He is on the ship, putting some things away, and he kind of just like notices you, sees you look. It's like you look at him, he looks at you. You're both kind of staring at each other, just like slowly, just kind of like it's kind of like an awkward wave, just like hi,
He walks up like speed walks, kinda.
like okay.
He like, hi.
You're one of the people Ford's hiring on. Not all right,
He
nice.
he he pulls out the whiteboard. Who are you, comma? I like your feathers.
Kind of looks at the feathers, just like he does not look happy about it. He's just like, thanks. It's something we found before getting here. My name is Vex. Vexalia. Holds out a hand.
No, it's not.
Vexalian.
Changed it.
I
Baxeldan.
Vaxeldan. I hate their names as much as Matt Mercer does. Vaxeldan.
They spell it.
Thanks you. Thanks
Thank
you
you.
so much. Evil laughter of Paris. Oh, it's King Geoflame. Hello. NSP lyric. You may post it. Go ahead.
It's
Yes.
not evil, I promise.
Vexalia is the sister, yes. I don't know why Vaxildan was escaping my mind, but I was like, yes, it's... Yes. But yeah,
Oh my god.
he offers to shake your hand.
I shake it.
He
Wanna see a magic trick?
kind of squints at you. Alright.
Yeah, I'll do the classic magic trick that I do.
Okay.
That involves the flick of wrist.
Of course. You roll sleight of hand.
Nah, bro, I'll use luck. That's better.
Like, not bad.
Downtime days. Might as well use my luck up.
Right. He sees that he's actually it's not bad. Not bad. I have no idea how you did that, but I presume that it's something kind of wiggles his hands. Tricksy. He kind of grins, just like, want to see something interesting?
Nods.
Close your eyes for 2 seconds. Count to 2. Only 2.
Sure. Go close his eyes.
He's gonna use his luck point.
Ha!
You open your eyes. You didn't hear him move. He's gone. Like you look around immediately. Like I go to catch him. Go to Huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's completely like just. What happened in those 2 sec? Where did he go? What?
Let's leave the conversation. He could have just told me, and I'll walk away.
You as you're beginning to walk away, you hear hey, psst. You look up and you just see him just like curled up in the rafters, just waving at you like, sup?
He just looks at him like blinks twice. He's like,
He drops down, just my own little brand of magic tricks.
I like you, in Molly Moth voice.
He looks like he's just like so disappointed with the voice. He's just like, oh no, I'm gonna have to hear that in stereo. She's like, well, I like you too. I'll see you around. He kind of just he gives you a little pat on the shoulder as he walks out, throws up the hood, and you just see him go up the stairs and
You didn't
quickly
even
pole vault
ask
off.
for my name. Shame.
It's just like he didn't ask for your name. Just like later on, you're gonna hear him just calling you by name. You're just like, how do you know my name?
No, he's gonna walk up to him and say, here's go right on the whiteboard.
Yep.
Can I tell you my name?
Oh yeah, he's like 1 foot over the edge of the banister, about to jump off. Oh yeah, sure, go ahead. He's like straddling it, just.
Jack.
Nice to meet you, Jack.
It's
Throws
in.
Throws himself off the
Shuffle's
edge.
rebranding, boys.
He's gonna call himself Jack. Oh boy. So you see Vex. Vax! Ah, son of a gun. Ah, damn it. Vax jumps off the edge, and I'm so glad that I didn't put both of them in this, but at the same time, son of a bitch. Balls. Ah,
Hey,
danger.
Shuffle named himself Shuffle. He's got a name he can repeat now that he finds suitable.
Fair
Okay.
enough. So he's calling himself Jack for the time being. Understandable. So in the meantime,
Oh yeah.
hmm?
One last thing.
Okay.
Sometime the days, I tackle Varric.
Okay.
Or actually, I'll just be hiding in a room, and all of a sudden the door will open, yank him in, and close the door.
Varric, you've been kidnapped.
Hey,
His mouth quickly, and Shuffle's just staring him in the eye.
You
Help you?
you have the Talking Brothers turn it, yeah.
I'll cast light on my umbrella and like just hang it up on the side of the like hanging on to like a table or something.
Okay.
Quickly scribbling on the whiteboard, and I'll flip it and it says we've been infiltrated.
by who?
Flips whiteboard, erases it, writes, I'm not sure. They're weird octopus people, and they're going to be invading this ship. And there's no possible way of telling which one's an octopus person and which one isn't.
Okay.
No pressure.
Just thought I would let you know. Flips it, grabs the umbrella, and walks.
Alright.
No.
That'll be my downtime, Guru.
Understandable.
I'm crying.
With that, I imagine you're doing this like the day before you actually are setting out to be, extra about it. But Ford has kind of knocked on each of your drawers to, get you guys up and at it as he...
Drawers?
Hmm?
Our drawers?
Doors. I
Said
said
drawers.
doors. I don't know what you heard.
As he knocks on my door, he hears the word "fuck" in his voice at very loud, like just very loud.
In Ford's voice.
Yeah.
He pauses that, just like, well, no, you know what? I'm not gonna question it. I'm just gonna keep moving right on.
Please tell me Minnie opens the door for me.
She does, and he knocks on the door. Just all of a sudden, Minnie opens the door, looking very tired, ears down. Just, hi, Mr. Orc Man. Hi, Minnie. Can you let her know that it's time to wake up? Mama's sleeping in. But we're gonna be heading out soon. I'll give her a nudge. She goes over and she just flops on her. So she flops on your ass.
He's just gonna hear this very quiet.
Of course. Thank you, Minnie. Oh, hey, Varric, you're already awake.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a bath.
Yep.
Get dressed.
Yeah, take it while you can. There's not really a lot of bath areas out on the sea, so get it while it's hot.
Oh,
Or
good, so we
not.
can share. You know I had to make the joke.
Yeah, pretty much. Hopefully y'all aren't upset by confined spaces. We've seen a lot of that.
Varric, as you walk out of the shower, the crow's on your bed.
Why are you on my bed? I mean,
I-
why are you
please-
on the bed?
Can it talk?
There's a note on him basically that says, if you open it, I'll tell you what it says.
Open it.
Don't want you going and fall asleep on any benches again. I'll keep him near you for now.
I'll keep that in mind. Put the note away.
Shuffle, you
Quickly.
asshole.
Cast prestidigitation on my clothes. Then get dressed. Put my coin purse around my neck. My clothes, and then my armor. Get my belongings.
Obviously, you're getting all your stuff together.
I'm already fucking out.
She's gone. She's ready to go.
For the time being, by the way, Guru, if you don't know, the crow's just gonna be on Varric's shoulder for.
Oh, I was hoping you would say his head.
On a horn.
Yeah, that works. Just on a horn.
If you allow that,
does-
Barrick.
We'll see. I'll just say my shoulder.
Okay, fair enough.
How long are we going to be on the scene?
For where you guys are heading to, probably around nautical miles. Ah, son of. He's like, oh, let me see if he can figure out just how long it will take.
If he rolls low, I'm
No,
going to cry.
he rolled high.
Okay.
I'd say at most around 2 weeks. We're going to be going out into actual open waters for a while, so we gotta make sure to take
Does
it
the-
slowly.
Does the Weaver tools come with a ruler? Like a measuring ruler?
Let me check.
I would assume yes, since
You would
didn't
assume.
fucking-
But assuming just makes an ass out of you and me, and we don't want that.
I am an ass.
I know you are, but we don't need the rest of the people knowing that.
Like physically, I'm just a full. Like I have no
I'm
body.
just a
I'm
full
just-
ass.
Speaking of ass, check this for
No. Weaver's tools includes thread, needles, and scraps of cloth. You know how to work a loom, but the equipment is too large for you to transport. So it does not mention anything about a ruler. You can purchase one, or you can eyeball it, whichever you prefer.
I'm trying to measure his fucking shoulders.
His,
Yeah,
Ver-
it's called a shawl.
Eric's, or
No, Ford.
okay.
It's called a shawl.
You can. I mean, if you want to eyeball it, you can. If you want to actually, measure it to get exact measurements, you'd want to buy a ruler. But
She's gonna hop up on his back. Hold still for a second.
I'm not.
Don't move.
Son of a. Jeez, you hop up on his back, so he is currently just. I'm imagining you like piggyback riding him. He's wobbling back. I'm gonna actually see if he can. He falls on his ass.
I told you not to move!
You kind of jumped on my shoulders and startled me. What are you doing? Why are you?
Measuring!
That-
Shut up!
You could have asked.
You know your shoulder measurements? Exactly.
13.
Is that a guess?
Yes.
Exactly. Shut up. Oh, what if she's just on his back? He had to fall face first, by the way. So,
No, he managed to save himself from falling face first, but he did. His legs kind of crumpled and he managed to fall on his ass.
I have finally been able to make Alex the blunt chick that she's supposed to be.
Obviously.
She's got a measurement. She's gonna hop off him.
Thank you. He picks himself up, kind of gives himself a quick. Dushes
You're
himself
weak.
off. Only in strength. In personality, I've got my winning charm. He gotta gives a grin, just. Eh.
Can I try and lift him just to see what happens?
Go ahead, make a strength check.
Nope.
You pick him up like he's on his tippy toes, like what the please put me down.
Weak.
Dusts himself off. I'm also wearing armor, so I mean I guess I'm not that weak. He just rolls his eyes and starts making his way back towards the ship.
I'm going to do this more often just to see him fall.
Mean.
Yes, I am. What took you so long to figure this out?
Oh, it never took me that long to figure it out. I'm just saying the obvious. In the meantime, you all get on the ship. You do know that it's not just the people who you've met so far. There's Ford, Mollymock, Vax. I'm going to enunciate his name to make sure I don't forget it.
That was such venom.
The most venom that I could possibly muster. A human with a robotic automaton. A blue-skinned
Bright golden
tiefling.
hair?
Hmm?
Does the automaton have bright golden hair?
The man has bright golden hair.
Making sure.
I don't know if the robot is supposed to have it, but the man certainly does. A blue-skinned tiefling. I'm only going to include 5 of them because that's how many I'm going to include. But there's also about a dozen and a half deckhands who all aboard the ship as well.
How short is Jester again?
I don't know. How short is Jester? I think she's taller than you. How tall are you?
4'11".
Oh yeah, she's definitely taller than you. She's like 5'5", I think. I don't remember her exact height. I don't know if they've had. Hmm?
I keep seeing
As soon
art.
as-
She's so small.
I don't know how tall she is, okay? People will draw her as they will. I'm not giving her an exact height measurement because I don't know. I've seen her be everywhere from being small to being, just under eye level
Small?
with Ford.
I just wanted to like grab her cheeks and go, "Oh my god, she's fashionable."
I'll like as soon as Varric gets to the ship, my crow will just fly over to me.
Okay.
He just wanted to make sure he got here safely.
Obviously.
No.
You say, "Oh my God, you're fashionable." She's like, "Well, yes, I am. Have you heard of the Traveler?"
I'm going to assume no.
Oh, we definitely need to talk. She like locks arms with you, and she's just a little bit stronger than with you, which kind of just drags you onto the ship. She's like, "We are going to have many conversations, and I have made sure to pack many sweets. It's going to be such a good time."
My friend.
You've made a friend. Boarding the ship, Ford begins starting everything up. Orzo is happily moving around. He's back on a ship. He's breathing in that ocean air. He's just like, fuck. But he's helping out. He's doing his thing. He's doing his part, and he's just like, yeah, the ocean. Looks down at his feet. I hope I don't fall again. Picks up a barrel with one arm, just carries it on.
Don't worry, Minnie will catch you.
I appreciate it. Gives it like a hesitant thumbs up. Just Minnie gives a little wave.
I mean, now that I know the bats can swim.
That moment is like, yes, bats can swim, but can they float? Yes.
Yes.
And you guys begin setting out with advantage because Yevon is navigating as she said she would. Ford
Question.
begins to what?
Before. Can I say that, like, on the way here, I got 2 more pounds of fabric?
You can.
Thank you.
You've had a few days.
Shuffle will greet all the people he hasn't met yet.
Okay. You meet with the new people. You meet, and I presume you would introduce yourself and get names from them.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other 2 people who are distinctly different are the blue-skinned tiefling and the blonde human with the automaton following him. Blue-skinned tiefling introduces herself as Jester. She is a bright, bubbly young lady with a good fashion taste, as Alex has clearly stated. And the other man, he's also in very kind of garish, very good-looking clothing. He is Tarrion, I believe he's Tarrington Darrington is his name? Yep, Tarrington Darrington. And he's off on a proper high-sea adventure. It's on his to-do list. And he is quite fascinated to have it one. He also actually part of it he's going to introduce him. Hello there. My name is Tarrington Darrington. It's a pleasure to meet you. Holds out his hand.
Shakes his hand.
Yes. I'd never met. I believe.
Can I overhear this?
Birdman. Yes. I am happy to be on the seas with you. It's the first time being on an actual sea, so this is going to be quite an invigorating experience. Quite new to this kind of adventure, but Dottie is here to
just point in a random direction, not pointing towards me.
slowly follows it, like trying to look where you are pointing towards. Yes, but
I just bounce.
he follows the look. He's just like hesitantly, just turns back. So as I was saying, it appears our little friend has flown off. Quick, Dottie, check the sky. Looks upward.
You can't fly, you twat.
He doesn't know that.
He doesn't know
I'm
that.
a bird person, man.
He sees feathers. He's like Birdman. He's part of the bird gang.
I have like
terrifying.
13.
Mhm.
I have 13 more people to talk to. I'm not gonna spend all day talking to Tari and Darrington.
How terrifying would that be if Kenku could actually fucking fly?
They'd be like
Didn't
Eric
that mean
Korok.
Aerokok?
Wait till
Yeah.
I get to 13th level.
Oh, Lord.
Third level
Unless
spells.
glide.
Bird gang throws out arms and just falls straight to the ground. Their feathers are not
Shuffle's
made to
gonna
fly.
spend most of his time like chilling in the crow's nest because he likes the pun.
Of course.
God damn it.
One of the guys like offers to take it from you, but you're like, nah, I've got this, and
This is fine.
Sure, we'll all hands on deck.
I'll follow Shuffle's thing of going around to find other people.
Of them,
Jesus Christ.
the majority of them are men, but there are 3 women among them.
Do
They're
any of them share quarters? Like the main people?
Besides the captain's quarters, as far as you're aware, no one does. And even then, Ford doesn't really seem to be the sort who's got a closed door policy. Like he sets up like 3 other.
Cause I'm nosy. The crow's gonna be on Ford's shoulder.
He kind of just glances at it. He gives it like a little tap on the beak, just like, make sure you behave yourself.
He's spying on you.
It nods back.
Yeah, he doesn't mind. He's
Yeah,
currently directing
That's
the ship.
what I'm gonna be doing in the crow's nest. By the way,
You're gonna be looking through the eyes of your crow.
I'm going to be RC carring this crow.
I love it.
Oh, that's the
He's-
best. That's the best description for like
Shut-
controlling your familiar ever.
Shuffle's just going to be nosy.
Just
Oh,
you just hear
beautiful.
the wind up of this bird just flying around. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's beautiful. Mwah. Well done. And yeah, it's doing its thing. It's keeping an eye out on things quite handily. During the first day, it's setting out into the open waters. It's that rush of actually picking up speed and getting out into the water. Yevon, you're aware of this. The first day always feels like this big rush, this big yes, and then after that it kind of peters out into just a, so what do you want to do today? I don't know. What do you want to do today? I don't know. What do you want to do today? It can be kind of taxing on people who aren't ready for such an adventure, but they're only going to be out here for like
It just
2
becomes
weeks.
SpongeBob.
Essentially.
I'll find
I
plenty
just-
to do.
I
Fuck
just
this.
stay at the helm. Whoever's steering, I'm
Ford.
always chatting with them. Yeah.
And Ford is happily, willing to chat with you, and you help make sure that he stays on course, that it doesn't go any further off than needed, which a 1 degree difference can mean a lot in terms of nautical terms. So you're keeping an eye on things, I would imagine.
Yep.
In the meantime, I'm guessing you guys are kind of like rubbing elbows, chatting with people, getting a feel for the whole place.
I realize that I'm just going to be sitting here sewing while talking with Jester.
Jester is going. Jester actually sits down next to you as you're sewing. She's like chatting to you. So it's a little bit distracting, but at the same time, she's just this good-natured person that's just really fun, and she somehow manages to find the best in pretty much anything, to the point that she shows you some of her old photos that she's drawn in her little sketchbook, ranging from turd people, dicks. She is very good at drawing dicks, apparently.
Okay. Actually, Guru, I have an idea.
Oh no. Oh no.
Working like a lot during these days, or is it just like we're passengers only?
You're in the crow's nest, so they're kind of expecting you to keep a lookout. But beyond, yeah, I know, but they don't know that.
So I'm going to one by one each day, basically have the crow be with someone else each day.
He's just gonna smile at everyone.
I want to monitor their behavior.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
With mine or the crows?
Yours.
That's
You're
good.
looking through its eyes. If it was perception, I'd say with the crows, but this is you piecing things together.
Oh Jesus.
Oh yeah, you are keeping an eye on things, and so far it's probably because everything seems rote. This is people at work. It's hard to distinguish like anything that would be really out of place currently, but at the same time you're keeping your eyes open. You're trying to piece this together, get more information. You got a feeling.
Oh,
That-
I guess it's important to note,
Hmm?
Guru knows this. For the past few days, Shuffle's been wearing like a Sherlock Holmes.
Yes.
What?
You
I
know the
guess
Sherlock
that's a-
Holmes hat? Yeah.
I guess
I'm
that's
crying.
important to note.
That's an important note.
I'm crying. That's beautiful. That's what that is.
Yes, it is. He's got the Sherlock Holmes hat on, and he's been wearing it around just like
Did he buy a pipe?
Did he?
You can
Uh,
smoke with a beak.
Probably not.
Probably
Damn!
not. Yeah.
Shuffle's surprisingly straight edge.
Yeah. I mean, you say surprisingly, but it's quite possible to make things straight edge and, not have it be super edgelord, sketchy, all that fun stuff. But in the meantime, you're keeping an eye on everything, and you're keeping your
Trying to pay
nose in the
attention to
air.
social cues.
Right. So far, everyone appears to be following him, so far as you're aware. No one's super standing out. Not yet, at least.
Hmm.
As the, let's say, third or fourth day, if anyone would like to be on watch, because the first couple days the new crew members would be, standing vigilance and doing that, but eventually, obviously, if you guys want to, spend some time watching over and.
Well, since I'm always looking out to see you, I'll probably take a look.
Okay.
I'll stay up.
Okay.
Shuffle's basically made a bed
stay
in
up
the
for a
crow's
little
nest.
while.
If anybody does come talk to him, he'll talk to him, but he's kind of being a little antisocial. Like by a little, I mean pretty.
He's just
like
in the
Alex
crow's
will
there,
nest.
Alex will just sleep food for him. Fuck it.
he's bunkered in the crow's nest, basically.
Gotcha.
Alex will leave food for the little fucking
He's-
crow because he hasn't come down.
He's legitimately doing. I actually think is Shuffle the one with the dumb amount of food. That's one of them.
Possibly.
I
No,
can't
it's-
remember.
No, it's Guru. It's Branell who has the 40 days of rations. Just rich.
Yes, that's right. In the Out of the Abyss campaign, where you just
Yeah.
have all this rations in a bag of holding.
Why though? I think
Because
it's
he-
useful, but
He got it off of a person who had that in their bag of holding.
I'm
Obviously.
crying. I'm crying.
So yeah, Shuffle's just like he's like just doing surveillance the whole time.
Right. In the meantime, I believe I heard Yevon and Alex both saying that they would be staying up for this night. So, do you guys want to
Yeah.
do it together, separately?
We can do it together.
Would one of you like to roll perception with advantage, or would you like to both roll it individually?
My perception is 8.
Do not say your number.
I already did.
I know. I've mentioned to these. Both of
Too
you roll
late.
individually.
Pet.
Yeah. Well. All right. So, Alex, you're focusing halfway on watching everything, but it's still good keeping an eye on everything as you're kind of weaving everything together. Oops, huh? What?
I said I found $1.
I found a dollar. You found a nickel.
Hey, that's a soda.
Shuffle would never come down to get his own food. By the way, the crow
That's
does
why I
that
said-
for him.
Yeah.
That's
no
why I
worries.
said Alex is leaving shit for you because she doesn't know.
I would catapult it up to you.
No.
Just kidding. I wouldn't waste his bills off of that.
Of course. Yevon, as you're keeping an eye on everything this evening,
Wait, what could I do? Or because my bird would be doing recon technically.
you could, but it's also night, so it's going to be a lot harder for your bird to be able to see
Yeah.
things.
Just use your mage hand.
He doesn't have Mage Hand.
Yes, I do.
Not the same way, but if you want to use Mage Hand, you can, but that's only 30 feet. You're up in the crow's nest. Crow's nest is more than 30 feet.
I'll just have the bird carry around like a small rock that has light cast on it.
I'm sorry. I just got taken to the Dark Souls crow.
Okay. So there's a beacon flying around, just so you all are aware.
Yeah,
Just this
Don't wor-
crow carrying a either has it.
I have 5. I have 5 respawn to this thing. It's good.
5 respawn.
Of the crow in case anything happens to it. But either you tied it to his leg or he's carrying it in his claw. However it is, he's got a light that's helping to illuminate things just a little bit. Which we'll get back to Yevon now. Yevon, you're keeping an eye on everything. It's a fairly quiet night. You hear a splash from one of the sides of the boat. You kind of blink as you kind of glance over, and you kind of look over into the water to see if you see anything, but you see ripples of something, but that might just be the boat trotting through the water. Uh, and then you see this wave begin rolling out from the ship. Just this doesn't happen again, but it's just this one moment where it just kind of ripples out for, say, about a good 30, 60 feet, and then it just dies out.
Guru, is it okay if I just told my crow, keep doing circles around the boat? If things go wrong, sound the alarms. And the alarm is, since he has mimicry, I want him
The
just to be able to
the
open.
annoying sound. Of course.
Yes.
I'm aware.
I was
What is
gonna
the
say pure
annoying
siren.
sound?
It's the most annoying sound in the world, based off of Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber.
I've never seen that.
I don't want to make the noise. I don't want to blow up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that kind of
Either way,
noise.
After saying that, I'm gonna cast a message.
Okay.
It's going to be at Captain Ford.
Mhm.
And I want to tell him to come up to the hill.
He can respond to that, right?
Yes.
You can respond to this message.
I'm on my way. There's a momentary just dum, 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 as he runs up the stairs. What is it? What's going on?
I pointed at where it was, like, there was an anomaly with this water. It's not happening anymore, but it happened.
Kind of peeks over. He looks in. He's basically trying to look into dark water that, really, when you're trying to look into water, just doesn't really work.
Yeah.
He kind of grits his teeth a little bit. He's like, okay, let me see if he, just for personal fun. Probably not the brightest idea, but he looks over, just like, get me a rope.
What the fuck is he doing? Oh
he-
no.
I just pick up a rope. I'm pretty sure they got plenty of them.
Yeah.
Ship.
He takes it. He does a sailor's knot around his waist.
Oh
Jumps
my
up
God.
and he dives into the water.
This is not the smartest
He
idea.
didn't tell anyone else to grab the other end of the rope, and he's
He
gone.
tied it to the ship.
Yeah. I said he did a sailor's knot.
I feel like that would have
And
been
tied it around
funny
his
if he
waist, right?
tied it
Waist.
to him,
Just like
tied it around himself and just jumped up.
jumps off the edge. You just say, "Are we supposed to grab
I
this?"
I
Oh,
just absolutely imagine. Wait, you didn't. Oh,
I
well,
don't think you're there. Are you still on deck?
no.
she's
I'm
on
saying
deck, but she
imagine-
doesn't see anything.
I imagine Yevon doing that. That's why I said I just imagined someone just being like, wait, you didn't.
Yeah, Yevon just watches him jump in. There's more than enough rope still on the ship but it's obviously to make sure that there's slack in case it needs to go out further. But as you see him go down into the water, you see him just kind of shifting around. Mostly it's just the rope that you're seeing at this point, just going back and forth a little bit. You see, it gives more slack, going deeper into the water. A moment later, goes back down. Roll a perception check for him.
Bitch, what the fuck are you doing?
Comes back up. Motions for you to get Orzo to hold that for me. I'm gonna climb back up. I don't see anything.
Yeah. I'll get Orzo to do it.
Orzo leans over, grabs it, just starts hauling him up, and for a moment he's like, "What? I just need you to hold it to." You just see him get yanked up by his waist.
Ouch.
Grabs the edge, pulls himself over, slowly pats Orzo's arm. Thanks, buddy. You're real strong. Orzo just gives him a thumbs up.
That sounds like that hurts.
I wasn't really expecting it, so kind of caught me off guard.
Oh, I was just commenting. Okay, so I heard that fucking shit.
He wasn't exactly quiet with that. It was a kind of noise. It just kind of echoed that you're like, what? So you would have seen him.
If I'm hearing that noise now in real life, I'm wincing because that, ow.
Yeah.
I'll
he is not in a happy
Busy
place.
taking Ford to dry him off. He's dry now.
He's a dry boy.
Makes sense. Yeah, he's
Okay, I thought
drying
you,
himself
like-
off.
Right! I was worried. I'm like, did he fucking get cut off?
No. I just looked over into the chat. I'm just like, I have no idea what King Geo Flame is singing, but it's I'm enjoying it.
I'm scared.
You're fine. It's good stuff. He's just singing a song. But in the meantime, yeah, Ford drives himself off. He kind of looks over, just like he glances to Yevon. He's just like kind of squints a little bit and just you keep an eye out and see if anything else happens. That I didn't see anything, but that doesn't mean nothing was, not happening that I wasn't seeing. I don't like this.
I realized I could have Minnie try and do perception. Whoops.
Minnie is currently on the crow's nest.
What?
He's chilling with me.
Yeah, she's just sitting in the crow's nest, just like basically hovering over Shuffle protectively because she heard Shuffle wasn't eating, and she's like, I gotta be Mama Bat.
Oh, no, he's been eating.
Of course, she doesn't know that.
She hasn't seen him leave the crow's nest, so she can't put two and two.
So she's like, he must not be eating. So she brought you your dinner, and because you're looking through the crow's eyes, you don't see her hovering, looming over you, just like.
Oh my god,
and
that's terrifying to come back to.
Yeah, you're currently also, I would imagine, using the crow's ears, correct?
You can't choose.
Yeah, so you can't hear her talking to you, basically recounting you with pleasant tales as she's just in her happy little voice just talking to you. But the crow sees and probably be like, what is Minnie doing up there? You would feel that something was deposited in your lap, which is some food. A whole side of ham that was just kind of taken.
She just fucking yoinks some poor schmuck's food.
It's cooked. It's a.
I'm just eating an apple, just staring in the water.
You're like, there's something in there.
Oh. I'm not gonna sleep. I think I'll just go back to what I was doing.
Okay. So you're not gonna sleep.
Minnie down.
So you're not gonna sleep.
I'm probably going to. You know what? How do you roll to see if you doze?
To
I know,
doze.
cold.
Con
Yes.
Yeah, it would be. I'd say a con save. Go ahead. You're able to doze.
She's like,
You're able to doze. You have enough constitution to keep yourself from falling to the side and waking yourself up, essentially. And so you're able to kind of get a light amount of sleep. You're not actually able to finish anything while you're dozing, but it's probably at least a good 3 to 4 hours. Not the most sleep, but
don't tell me I have a point of exhaustion.
you're avoiding a point of exhaustion tonight.
Okay. It's less she wants her work done and more like, okay, we're on the water. I don't like the water to begin with. Something just moved past the boat.
What time is it in game?
In game, it's at the moment probably say 10 p.m.
Well, I would have gone to sleep by then.
Yeah, you're probably just like, I'm just sleeping.
Yeah.
Fuck all of you.
I'm up. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
What? No, I'm saying like fucking Varric just like it's up. It's just like no.
Yevon's just, yeah, you're all just doing stuff. Varric's just like, I'm just gonna take a nap.
I had no idea this was a 4th level spell.
I can hear mom clapping in the fucking kitchen.
So yeah, you take a look. As the night wears on, I would presume eventually Shuffle goes to sleep as well.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He's trying to get as minimum sleep as possible, but still be able to stay awake throughout the day.
Okay. As you guys are getting ready to go to sleep, I'm actually going to say Yevon just because you had the highest perception roll earlier. As things are kind of winding down, you see the normal deckhands trading out shifts and whatnot. As you go down underneath to the hammock layer, essentially the sleeping area, you notice the smell of water. It's obviously something that you're used to, but not from inside the ship, not quite as strong. And you notice that part of the stairs leading up have a little faint trail of water that go down.
To like the storage area.
Yes,
Ship?
to where like the cannons have been mounted, and where some of the ballista and such were.
I'll follow it.
Okay. You kind of just mosey on down, taking a look, and after you take a moment to kind of peek around, you realize that one of the portcullis, the areas where items can be pushed through and whatnot, the ledge of it has a dampness of seawater, and it looks like someone or something had been standing there for a moment or two, dripping water, where it looks like something had crawled in. Part of it is somewhat obscured by that armament, meaning that whoever it was had pushed it out of the way before and then pushed it back into place after.
Well, that's suspicious.
I'll call down Ford with a message.
You just hear just, what? Hold on.
Hmm?
1 second. Ford comes down, just getting ready for what's kind of looks down at the floor. Did we spring a leak?
No.
Hope not.
I hope not. This is a good ship. I had it remodeled even.
This is evidence that someone came onto the ship through this spot.
Well, that's concerning. Moves over, kind of just leans over to kind of take a look at it.
I haven't moved it yet.
No. He's looking at the ledge.
At
Yeah.
this point, is Shuffle asleep?
Probably.
As I say, if he's not, I want that bird following them in there. If they both went down.
Yeah, you're. I mean, to be fair, he would have probably been either going into his quarters or going down there anyway. So you probably had fallen asleep by that point, thinking that everything was okay. But meanwhile, in the bottom of the ship, Ford's looking this over. He's just like, so something or someone decided to take a midnight swim, as it were. What in the hell's?
I am going to roll investigation.
Roll away.
My own investigation.
Hmm.
Dang it.
Okay. You're able to. You're kind of just kneeling down, taking a look at everything. Ford's not being much of a help. He's just looking at the water. Just obviously he's trying to process it, and is struggling. He's doing his best, but he just looks confused. With you though, you're taking a look at everything, getting a feel for everything, trying to understand exactly what it is you're looking at, but because of the fact that most of the water's in one area, that means they probably drip dried and they didn't leave any trace of their clothing and such, which you'd imagine that if they hung their clothes out to dry, that'd be probably something that might be noticeable, except for the fact that you notice how long and how much water's on the floor. They probably had enough time to just basically air dry themselves to the point you might not have the chance to actually go up and check their clothes to see who's wet and who's not.
So we either got a stowaway or they're gone.
Yes.
So it went. Things splashed in water, and then something from in water came into ship.
Possibly. There's definitely a splash, and something has drip dried in the bottom of the ship.
Yeah, I have
Has
a
there been
hypothesis,
anyone you don't
but my
recognize
character
today
doesn't know any
before?
of this.
I'm hearing two people talking at the same time. What did you say?
Has there been anyone you don't recognize today, Ford?
Not that I've seen. Pretty much everyone who's come on through has been, just the same folk we've been having. I hired everyone, I checked everyone's faces and whatnot, make sure I knew who was who, and for the most part, everyone's. No, I mean, I haven't seen anyone added to our ranks that I haven't known about.
I look around like how much cargo is down here?
A decent amount.
I realized something. Does Truffles still have that tendril from that creature?
100%.
Would it smell? Would the thing that is hiding smell different than a normal person?
You're not sure.
Yeah,
You're also currently not as awake.
No, I'm sitting here like
Later, of
Yeah.
course.
Is
Dude,
it
did
still
I get a
nighttime?
book from that guy on the things, on the octopus people,
still
or
night?
no?
You did not.
No, I think it's morning now.
It's not morning yet. It's right before you guys are going to sleep. With the cargo room, as you're quickly taking a peek through it, it's got a wide selection of stuff. Some of it has different labels on it. For the most part, though, it's innocuous. It's pretty simple cargo for what you're expecting. You're expecting like a lot more, but it looks like it's just simple trade goods.
I just want to do like a quick perception, see if I see like any movement or anything.
Go ahead.
Perception.
perception. What was that? The magic word?
Apparently, you got him at 20. But with looking everything over, no, there's not any motion down here. Nothing you can see. Listening in, you hear the sound of the water.
So what do you want to do about this, Cap?
Definitely got to keep our eyes open. Keep our wits about us. I don't like the fact that I've got someone sneaking around and stowing away. You let me know if something like this happens again. I'll jump in the water straight away, and we can get an idea as to what exactly is going on. I don't know why Paris is trying to send a message to us one word at a time, but apparently she's really excited to extend this disgusting revelation to everyone. So what is it?
Anyway, I'm going to sleep.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so you described these creatures as some weird blue-skinned whatever whose face effectively peeled off it when it died.
Yes.
What if the parasite that we pulled out of that bartender is the offspring?
You don't know. It's definitely a possibility.
Oh god. That wasn't excitement, that was me just
Mhm.
sitting over here stewing in my brain like, oh
Wait a minute.
wait.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Mm,
You go to sleep. Currently, you're on the deck, just kind of napping. Things wake up in the morning. Things seem to be going. Not sure if you call it smoothly, but it's going. Day 5 starts to roll in. Yes.
Can I see if anyone's been curious about Manny? Because I'm sure there's a giant fucking bat just wandering around. Someone's going to be staring at it or trying to talk to it.
let's
There's-
say good morning.
Okay. You say good morning to everyone. There has been at least 2 or 3 of the people who are kind of eyeing Minnie a little bit nervously. The most kind of open has been this one of the women on the boat who's just kind of like slides over to it and then just quickly just kind of like backs up, just like nope, goes back,
If
grabs
you
her
want.
food,
If you want to pet her, you can. She won't bite.
just grabs her food, just hi, no, I'm okay. She's very pretty. No, I'm okay. She's really big.
I just imagine Minnie just lays down now. It's like, am I smaller?
I'm sorry, by the way, I'm back now. I had to go do something quick. Did I miss anything?
You're
You're
fine. She picks this up and just kind of just flump. She kind of looks at us like, oh, she's cute.
She's really not threatening at all, I promise. She would actually very much like it if you pet her.
I mean, yeah, like, you see? I mean, Minnie just like looks up like that, like the dog look of just, yes, please. Please.
Look at that face.
Kind of like just gently sets down her plate, kind of scoots over, like she's definitely being hesitant, but she moves over and just slowly kneels down, and just kind of gives it her little scritches behind the ear, and maybe makes a little like kind of like, and she kind of jumps back a little, and then she's like, and maybe like, ears
That's a
go
good
down.
noise, I promise.
Okay. Scratches behind the ear. Just like
Alex is going to gently take her hand and like
Oh,
guide her hand down the back of Minnie's head, down her neck.
who's trying to pet it?
one of the crew members.
She enjoys it when you scratch her like this the most.
Okay. Gives a little
Oh,
dragging down the back.
what
I
time
guess.
is it again? Oh,
Morning. I'd say
I know.
probably close to like 9, 10 a.m.
alright, I'll go upstairs. I'll go on top deck and do a few practice flurries.
Of course. You're
Morning.
just dancing about as you do.
I do say morning.
Of
You haven't
course.
sleeping in because you hadn't watched.
Naturally.
Of course. Shuffle is rudely awakened by the sun. Oh, why are you awake, son? As you'd been asleep, and you're in the crow's nest. So when the sun peeks over, it does take a little bit before the sun actually does say hello to you. But as soon as it does, you're just like, oh no.
Shuffle is offended.
Shuffle will remember this.
Meanwhile, in the distance, you just hear someone shouting, "Praise the sun!"
Shut up, Slayer!
But other than that, it's a rather peaceful morning. Winds are actually quite strong, giving you a good boost towards your destination. If they keep up this way, you might actually
actually.
cut a day or two off of it, but you know how the weather is around the sea. Tempestuous. Obviously, you're still
I
doing
finish
your...
it?
Within 5 days, I'd say yes, you're able to finish it.
Wonderful. I'm sneaking up on 4 with it.
Okay.
I said I was going to keep doing this.
Okay, I know you did.
Wait,
Roll a stealth
Is
check.
he current? Is he? Okay. Watch me fail this. Okay, that's not bad.
He is currently focused more on going around checking the lines for various things. Yevon is currently the one at the wheel, just making sure to guide everything.
So, I'll finally come out of the bird's nest.
Okay. Suddenly you
Looks-
see a disheveled, very ruffled-looking bird boy coming down. He looks like he's not moved. You are sore as you're coming down. It's like this is not a. I mean, granted, you've made it a nice place to sleep around and whatnot. You've probably been turning and moving, but staying in one tiny little enclosed space for so long,
I
it's
know.
not nice.
He
It's not
just
fun.
tried doing a stakeout, but he now has a plan. Okay, he's now gonna go around to everybody and reintroduce himself.
Okay.
Why?
Okay. I'm curious as well.
Right.
Does anyone act like this is the first time they're being introduced to him?
Roll an insight check.
Do you get what I'm doing now?
I get what you're
Guru?
doing now. Yes.
Oh, luck point.
Go ahead and use your luck.
Hey,
That's much better.
that's the reason I take luck points, because goddamn that once.
With a 20 insight,
Mm,
you start to realize that maybe being up in the crow's nest may not have been your smartest plan for figuring this out, because at least half the crew forgot that you were there,
Rip.
and so they're like,
I
"Oh,
was thinking like more meeting him for the first time, because no matter what, he was there like a good 4 days on the ship.
yeah, you were there," but like they had forgotten that you were like up there doing
were
it. They
not-
forgot what you looked like. They were like, "There's a bird." Oh yeah, sorry. Like a few people were like, "Hey, Vax." Oh, you're not Vax. You're too short.
Baron.
yeah?
Why did you put that in parentheses?
I'm trying. And it's bludgeoning damage, which does not help this at all.
Wham wham. Thank you, ma'am.
I had to with the name. I'm sorry.
What are you doing with the tentacles?
It's not. I'm not actually casting. I'm just showing her the name.
Beating the fuck out of someone, apparently.
So, anyways, moving on. There's like at least one person who's just like, yeah, we weren't really introduced. Sorry about that. Holds out a hand. Just like, you said your name is
Jack.
Jack. Nice to meet you, Jack. I'm
Drew,
Philip.
what
Nice-
voice
Hmm?
be in?
Huh?
What would the voice be in?
Which name do you choose to say Jack in?
The one that told me their name was Jack.
We kind of this deep, kind of this grizzled old voice, just Jack,
Yeah.
kind of like that. My name's Jack. So that's the voice. The guy just kind of looks at you, just like kind of this deadpan stare of just. Okay.
I'd like to show him a magic trick.
Oh no.
Sure.
And I'll just do a razzle dazzle magic trick. Put your sparkle.
Sparkle,
Sparkle!
sparkle,
I'm
sparkle,
crying.
and shaboom! It vanishes, and he doesn't look that impressed. He's just like, I mean, nice hands.
Okay, well that is creepily fucking stated.
I walk up. I go up to the crow's nest and I add to the list. What's his name? He's going on the list.
Bill.
He's
Bill.
on the list.
I have a suspect list now. He's the first one on it.
Dawn,
Yes.
I want to see how this strength check goes.
Oh boy.
I'll also. Oh, she does something, man.
She's doing
No,
something.
go
Give her
ahead.
a
I want to know this I want to know this suspect list. Continue.
I'm going to say, I'm gonna attach a note to my crow and it's gonna be flown to Ford.
Ford has the crow land on his shoulder. Hey there, little fella. What? You got
The note says, "Hi, you check on Phil for me. See if he's the same Phil you knew a few days ago. You're welcome." Shuffle. / Jack, the artist formerly known as.
The artist
formerly known as Shuffle.
Jack.
Hmm.
No.
I see a 3 in the chat. Oh no,
That's
that's a
a
happy
bad
face. Roll a
Happy
strength
face.
check.
I didn't strength check on me. It's strength check on him.
Are you on his part?
Yes, because I just jumped on his fucking back after the crow flew.
On his face. Yeah,
Twice now.
he was not expecting this, and you just jump on him, and it's just "Oh!" Everyone just sees their captain, dignified and standing. No, he's on his face. He
Also, Guru, did anybody have like a spyglass on?
Like a telescope?
like spyglass to use
No,
for
I'm
that.
not spending 1,000 gold on it.
Yeah, it's 1,000 gold for that.
I wondered if
Fuck
anybody
that.
happened to have one.
Currently, no.
Wanted to make sure.
A good question, but yeah,
Can I
no
roll up a
spyglass.
leaf and put a piece of dew in it?
Can you roll the what?
Roll up a leaf and put some dew in it to make a magnifying glass.
Listen here, Flick. He was mentioning Flick from A Bug's Life.
Oh, I love that movie.
It was
I
a decent
love
movie.
the movie.
Yeah.
Love the movie.
But yeah, you would not be able to do that because 1, there is no dew, and 2, where the hell are you getting leaves?
You know, that's a question that's probably best left unanswered.
You say that, but at the same time, a druid could do it. A wizard could not. Simple as that.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But at the same time, you're no, not really.
I mean, wait. Okay, well, I have a fucking out of character question then.
Okay.
With the summon, quote unquote, do they materialize things?
Which things?
Like, say, the Feywild would materialize leaves.
To do what?
If you fucking call upon your patron for anything or use, let's say, patron's magic,
If you're using
like
their
Eldritch Blast
magic,
connected to the patron.
technically that's more aesthetic. Unless it specifically states that it is creating something, it would not be creating something.
Well, remember, the fucking Eldritch Blast that I use makes a blossom on my hand. Would that count?
It creates a blossom that immediately dissipates after it's been used.
Gotcha. Okay.
So basically, it's stylistic.
Okay, I had to ask.
No worries, but yeah, you are currently pinning Ford to the floor.
I finished your stuff. She's gonna move off him and
Ow.
pick him up.
He gets up just like, I thank you, I suppose. Did you have to be so enthusiastic about it? That hurt my back. He rolls his shoulders, just ow.
Old man.
Hey, Orzo, pop his back.
Orzo comes over, gives him. Well, hey, excuse me. Oh, actually, I'm gonna roll medicine check for Orzo.
Oh, please let it be low.
He drops down. He's like, that actually feels a lot better. Damn. Thanks,
damn,
Orzo.
nice.
Orzo just gives him a thumbs up. I've been practicing.
To me next.
Okay. Picks you up. It's pretty good. You pop a few, like there's like a kink in your back that you hear, like, you're just go, and you're like, it's better. It's better. Definitely feels better.
Most brute soldier-esque medicine check.
I believe that's what we call a chiropractor check.
A kink. I hate you. God damn it. She's gonna hand fuck you toward the shawl.
He kind of takes it. Thank you.
With your accent, I thought it would fit. And yes, I absolutely made a fucking McCree shawl.
You gave him a little poncho.
Seraph. Seraph is what it's called. There we go.
Yeah. So he kind of puts it on hesitantly. It's made of I would presume like black and black fibers and such like that.
Pretty much, yeah.
And black with little hints of maybe green or red to it.
I would think green.
Green. Okay, green. So yeah, he puts it on. He almost, if he had a pirate hat, he would look like a pirate, or one of the 3-point hats rather. He would look like a pretty intimidating pirate, but he puts it on. He looks very dignified. Actually, he's kind of like, yeah, I appreciate that. Pretty good, thanks. Pretty warm too. Better than being out in the cold and whatnot. He's a little.
I got bored. I'm making something for Jester anyway, so.
You don't see Jester around. She's currently underneath. So, but if she was there, she'd probably be like happy. But I imagine she knows that you're working on something because she's been drawing you little pictures of from her sketchbook
no,
of just.
this is a
And so I
surprise.
met a little bat friend who is really really nice, and she could talk. And I would ask her if she could carry me around, but she said that her mama, who's apparently not a bat.
She's just a grandma. In an essence, yes. She's just grandma with a young face and a high fucking libido. Because she is also trying to bone fucking down.
Because this is Alex. Welcome to the ranger of our group.
There's a sweater I knitted for you.
I'm going to seduce you with this sweater I knitted for you. Don't worry, it's not going to be like the ugly sweater contest.
Yeah.
Nah, you got style.
And no, Jester does not know. This is a surprise. I also need to actually roll just to see the fucking progress.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll that.
Yeah.
As you guys are moving about, you do see that there are a lot more clouds in the sky. Mostly
gonna
off in the
rain?
distance ahead of you. It is in the direction you're heading, so you do know that eventually you are going to probably go through these clouds. You could choose to go around them if you directed Ford to do so, or you can just keep heading straight through it. If you go around it, it'll probably add another maybe day.
Shuffle will start tinkering a new umbrella for the crow's nest, so none of his work gets tampered with.
Do you have
How
a
am I
Tinker's
gonna go
Tools?
around it?
No, he's just gonna try to guerrilla science this thing.
Okay.
Gorilla science. I'm crying.
Gorilla Grodd.
I'll leave it to the captain what he decides to do.
Yeah, I'll leave it to the captain.
Speaking of, I'm going to actually ask for what the fucking crow left.
What? Nah,
I had to.
just a little note. Shuffle's been keeping an eye on things up top, and he let me know about the storm up ahead.
The hell
Pockets it.
is he keeping an eye on?
He kind of looks at you, points to the
the
storm.
Is
You
the
see that?
crow
They're not
still?
keeping an eye on. If it's a fucking
Question:
Yeah,
Is the crow still there when he says that?
unless you had it go away.
Crow Shuffle adds another person to the list.
Who?
he just
Ford.
added me.
No,
Oh
No,
no,
Ford.
okay.
Ford just straight up lied. Like, yeah, Ford's now on the list, straight up.
Alex is gonna send Minnie up to ask Shuffle
He's got like
specifically.
He's like scribbling in a notepad.
All of a sudden, you hear a little as Minnie's just like, hi, bird boy, how you doing? Hi, I was there to say hi,
He
and
starts making the sound.
the alarm noise.
Yeah.
Just immediate panic. Just, oh no. Oh no! Wait! Stop! Hi! She reaches down. She grabs a piece of cloth, shoves it in your mouth. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She like wants to take it out of your mouth, but she's like, I don't want to touch you now because I'm sorry. Oh
Straight
no.
panic.
He takes it out and gives the disappointed dad look and just points down to the ground.
She just came to ask you a question.
She like gets
Shuffle's trying to
her
trying to
head.
be a investigator. He can't be nice right now.
Her head like shrinks into her form. Her shoulders come up next to her ears as her ears
Before
just droop
he goes-
down.
Before she walks away, he goes, and he just looks at her and hands her like. Since you see like weather's coming up, he puts the winter blanket on her like around her neck,
Oh.
pats her on the side of the face, and gets back to work.
Thank you. It's nice and warm. Also, mommy wanted to ask if you noticed the storm and if you needed anything to stay dry, because you're in the top part. Also, I remember from when we were traveling, mommy said I shouldn't be up in high places because of the lightning. Are you going to be okay? There's a lot of the lightning, maybe. I don't know.
He gives a thumbs up and he gets an idea. Guru, is there a metal pole on the ship?
There's not.
I want
Your
to
sword is
create
a
a
metal
lightning.
pole.
True. I'm gonna set up a lightning rod, and I want to use it to create. I want to try to use my Arcana skills to try to magically use use it to turn my rapier to do something with lightning. I'd
Okay.
like to start doing runes on my rapier and using
Like scribbling
the
at high
actual
speed.
energy.
Roll
Yeah.
Arcana. Roll Arcana. Just for giggles.
I just like that. Is there a metal pole? No. Damn, your sword is a metal pole.
All right. Luckily for you, the rest of the crew do not seem to have a problem with going through the storm. So
Yeah.
you are high
Dr.
speed.
Shufflestein.
You are high speed getting getting this rapier as ready as you can. There's other ways that you could probably do it, but it's going to be a little bit crude. It's going to be a little bit finicky to get it down right. But you're like, you know what? I can do this. I've got time. You've got a whole day and a half before you get there. But you're using that time to.
The idea
work,
is, I gave Ford the information he possibly needs to actually. I've pushed a snowball down a hill.
Yeah.
Now I just basically the runes idea is to take the pure energy from the lightning and encapsulate it in the rapier.
I get you. So yeah, you're scribbling madly, probably using some. I would imagine you're using ink that has is used for like inscribing Arcana stuff. Do you have Shocking Grasp at all?
I have no damaging cantrips yet. That was my next cantrip I was gonna take.
Does anyone else have a lightning-based spell?
Doesn't Yevon?
Nope.
How?
Yevon's all about fire and ice. Okay.
Dude, I'm just trying to catch this energy and try to do something with it.
Bitch, all I got is pass without a trace.
All I got is thunder.
Would thunder count?
No.
What's the thunder?
Thunder's basically sound.
What's the thunder you're doing?
I know thunder wave and shatter.
It would be up to Shuffle. If he was trying to do straight lightning, the only reason why he's getting even a shot at this is because of the nat 20.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna base it off of a spell. I was just trying to make this like a very weak magic item.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying this is going to possibly hurt you, just so you're aware.
Lightning strike. Let's see if he survives.
Idea is I was gonna by the time no, I'd have to stand up to there to make sure everything goes right. Okay, fair enough. Yep, time to bunker down and get ready to get struck by
I'm
lightning.
crying.
You're bunkering down. You got your rapier stuck pointed in the air, just like, okay, I'm ready. And
Shuffle is many things, and one of those things is a man of somewhat science.
science.
I just imagine just like looking up and seeing like the bare tip of a sword poking out. Oh, he's holding up his sword. Wait.
I'd say we're rolling into day 6. Besides the oncoming storm, the hearing of thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening, crackling in the distance. Make sure you see if I can swap out the audio real quick. This is the wrong one. Where's the right storm music?
I want to try and roll something.
Roll something.
Very slightly.
What are you rolling, though? Okay, what is the charisma
I'm going to
say?
DM it to you.
Oh, boy.
What'd she just say?
She's DMing me something. Direct message. Well, that is a lot louder than I wanted it to be.
I sent it.
Oh, perfect. That's what I want. Not you. Hold on. I'm getting
No,
to
I
you.
know.
Ah, beautiful. Alright, so as we roll into day 6, you begin hearing the sounds of the thunderstorm. I'm going to turn that down because I do not want that blasting our ears out, but it always starts at being like 0.5% of what I want it to be. But you hear that distant thunderstorm rearing its head as the waves began getting a lot more tumultuous, just crashing against the side of the boat, throwing it around, lightning crackling both through the sky and against the sea. As you guys are heading into it, the rain has begun to pour down on you all. It is going from being a very faint drizzle to just drenching you all from head to toe.
I'll put my hood up.
You're still going to be wet, just so you're aware.
So, ironically, this has been talked about before for Alex.
Yes.
Hair and water do not mix for her.
Wet rat, just whoosh. She is currently just drenched.
I'm still in my position.
Yeah,
that's where I need to be
you're-
now.
Yeah, you were at the helm. You were
I'm
keeping everything
right.
going.
If lightning starts cracking around the ship, you start hearing Alex's laugh. It's more like it's like supervillain laugh, like mad scientist Alex laugh.
Oh boy. That's
Alex just looking up. What the fuck? Why do I hear myself?
3, 4,
It's raining.
5.
How much damage
yeah,
are
there.
you?
Oh, this isn't damage. So how do you have the rapier positioned?
Dead center of it,
Of the crow's nest?
with some altitude, not much though.
With-
I don't want it flying away.
Right. And how
Yeah.
are you positioned in all this?
Just a little bit away from it.
How far is a little bit? This is a
As
crow's
far
nest.
as I can be in a crow's nest.
Oh, honey.
Oh.
Where's
He dead.
Where's the D10s at?
Oh
So
my god.
don't worry. You shouldn't be completely thunderclapped by all this, but we'll see. So as the storm is going through, Ford is keeping everyone on board. Actually, everyone, while this is going on, everyone make a strength save.
Do I as well?
You are in the crow's nest. You're... Yes.
Strength?
Strength.
Including Minnie.
I'll roll a luck
Luck
point.
point. Yep. You are fresh on
Oh,
luck points for the
that's
day.
7. That's
7.
7.
Yep.
Sorry.
Minnie is okay. Shuffle, you're barely okay. Yevon, you're fine. I'm going.
Why-
Where is Orzo? Orzo should be fine with the strength save. Yeah, he's fine. Um, Varric, you fall on your ass. And you start sliding around the ship before Orzo grabs you, yanks you back over.
By the way,
Thanks,
I will also send
Thanks,
one more
Orzo.
note flying through the sky
Okay.
as all this starts happening.
Mhm.
And it says, "Get ready for something loud to happen," and it goes to Ford.
Ford
oh
just like
no.
Ford just looks at it. He's just like, what in the? He can't. He like before the crow flies off. He like grabs it, and kind of holds it. It's just like, what do you mean by that? Explain. I know you can't talk to me, bird, but explain.
Do I
And
hear him having a mild panic?
you see him, and as
Captain,
you
it's
ask
not need
that,
to just stay or not argue with a bird.
Do it, Guru. Give it to me.
make a dexterity saving throw, Shuffle.
I clicked it.
It's not processing
You
through
might
yet.
have to. You might have to click it again. Because sometimes, even
Oh
if you
God,
click it,
that's
it won't
two
count it.
times.
Oh well, damn.
Oh no! Don't die. Okay, good.
There it is.
25.
12.
No,
25.
it
No, I
multiple
know.
rolled.
I'm just
You are at the level where you have evasion, right?
Yep.
You're very lucky for that because you
I
see a
know.
bolt of
Dodge.
lightning slam into the rapier, and you
Guru,
actually
why do you
feel.
think I was okay with this
Oh
plan?
yeah, I know. I know why. I'm aware of why. But eventually, you might heck up because there's not going to be one bolt of lightning striking this. You don't get a choice
Oh!
in leaving this.
Yeah, I know.
You are now
I
stuck
know.
up here.
I know.
As everyone hears the thunderous boom of this thunderclap just right in their crow's nest. Slam
The laughing
surprisingly not
gets
into
loud.
it. The laughing gets louder.
It gets louder. Oh damn it.
Ford just looks up at it, he's just like, oh hell. I mean, I love the gumption, but he's gonna break the crow's nest. That oh no.
He's gonna break himself.
Probably. I keep Minnie out of the sky. And another
Duh.
crack of lightning, another dexterity save from Shuffle.
Oh.
That's
no!
a luck point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Much better.
Yep, you are again leaning away, just like nope. As doosh, another bolt of lightning slams down, hitting the rapier again, rattling like you feel the entirety of the.
If I had teeth, they'd be jittering.
Yes, your beak is clapping together just between you. Then you're opening your
It
mouth,
sounds
just going.
like maracas.
It sounds like maracas. And then you open your mouth to let out another Alex laugh.
I
As
keep doing it. I
Yes.
just realized I'm providing audio.
you're providing the audio for it, and it's beautiful.
I don't need to.
You feel another slamming of the boat, throwing you all to the side. I need everyone to make another strength saving throw.
Oh, fucking Christ.
All right, where's my? Here we go.
14 again.
Another 7?
Orson still got you. It's
Or
fine.
Orzo still has you. He just grabs you as you're about to fall on your ass again. He's just like, I'm starting to think that you're not seaworthy.
Just carry him.
I would, but I think that he'd find that demeaning.
I don't care.
I've got myself tied to the side of the crow's nest, Guru.
Shuffle, you get 2 points of bludgeoning damage as your head bangs against the side of it.
Laughing.
Still laughing.
Can I uncanny dodge that?
No.
Might as well.
Because
Uncanny dodge it. It's 2
no.
points.
I mean, sure. Go ahead. You can take 1 point of damage.
Yeah.
How do you uncanny dodge bashing your
I
brain?
roll.
He scrunches his shoulders together to keep his head from hitting it as hard.
Do a barrel roll.
Not do an aileron roll.
You can do a fucking barrel roll out the crow's nest if he isn't careful.
Yeah. You guys continue on. It is a hellish storm. Lightning is crackling. It seems to be.
Ford rushing me at this. Is Ford rushing up the
No,
crow's
I'm
nest?
not-
at the
he's
point, or is he
trying to.
terrified?
I'm going to use catapult on his rapier and throw it below deck.
How can you see it?
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
Is it really a safe idea to go up to the crow's nest? Now that I think about it, with lightning striking.
Why do you think he's up there? You currently do not see the rapier. You're looking for it, but you see like faint flickers where you're like that might be where it is, but you can't like see the actual form
mean-
of it.
To be fair, lightning would have. There's a chance that lightning would have struck the crow's nest as there's a giant rod just sitting up.
Oh,
So this
speaking of
is
which,
not
you're right.
that bad an idea.
You're right. I need another
It's
deck save.
levitated off the ground, but yeah.
He's tied it,
It's
so
like
basically it's bungee corded to be keeping it from actually,
Hitting the
touching
ground.
anything. Yeah, it is just sticking straight up. Speaking of which, I need another
No,
deck save. Yeah, okay, you're good. Okay. Also, just so you're aware, at this point your rapier is smoking.
This thing is gonna either shatter, become enchanted.
It's already
or-
magical.
Oh, it's already magical?
I'm trying to add another enchantment to it.
Oh. Well, this is gonna be fun.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
it is. This thing can take as many hits as it wants.
Yeah, it is smoking at the moment. Ford
Wait.
is scrambling. He's trying to make his way over to the crow's nest. Mollymuck's hanging off of the side of one of the rope things, and as he hears Alex's laughter, he is laughing as well. Just like, all right,
Yes.
this is fine.
Yeah, someone tells me Molly Mock would kind of enjoy this.
He has no idea what's going on, but he's down for it.
I have a question. You say that Ford is going to head up to the crow's nest, is what you just said.
Trying to.
Is he in metal armor?
Not really. It
If
looks.
it's crit roll forward, then
Yeah, this crit roll forward with the Mariner's armor, so it's a lot more
Wait.
sea looking.
does he have his
Okay.
actual weapons he uses on him? Or gear?
He has his gear, yes. He
has
doesn't have.
a shield.
He has a shield on his
I'm
back.
going to immediately fucking grab the back of Ford's fucking shirt, going, no.
You grab the shield and you kind of yank it off him because he got a nat 20 on his athletics check. So he shield off of him as he jumps up and starts climbing up as quick as he can. Speaking of which, I need another deck save.
I'm fucking about to chuck this shield overboard. I'm not holding on to it either.
Just throw it below deck.
You're dodging,
Am I
you're
near
dodging
below
and weaving this, but you see it. This one just is you also. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as well.
Oh!
5.
You,
I'm deaf.
You are
Using
deafened,
your left
yes,
button.
and you are also currently blinded
Oh!
because
Still
this
laughing.
is still laughing,
Still
blinded and deafened. Your next dexterity throw will be made with disadvantage because there's another lightning bolt coming right down.
How many are coming?
At least 5.
14.
No luck point.
Does he have any left?
You got one
He's
more.
got
Final
one left.
luck point.
Final luck point.
I can't look. Oh.
That's not with disadvantage. Roll one more time.
Luck points don't need disadvantage. It's just another.
Okay. In which case, that 18 just barely saves your ass.
Hmm.
Oh, come off. There we go. 3,
I can
4,
hear it when it falls off the
5.
table, and it tickles me every time.
Okay. I need you making me a dexterity saving throw again. Just a straight roll this time. Oh, you're gonna find out why. You managed to hold on because part of the crow's nest cracks off,
Oh!
and
Was
just
that
chunks
his
of
imitation
wood.
laugh, or was that his laugh?
I think that was just his laugh. As
Oh,
chunks
laugh.
of wood are blown off of it. Basically, it hits the. It rolled a nat 20 on the last strike. Part of the ropes catch fire, and just the lightning just goes into the wood and blows out chunks of it. You barely manage to keep yourself curled in, away from the spattering of wood as the rapier ting 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 into the middle of the crow's nest.
I am immediately gonna send Minnie down below
Does
deck.
the rapier look? Does the runes look charged, or does it look like it needs a little bit more juice?
They look charred. Not charged,
Okay.
charred. You have no idea what has happened to this sword, but it is smoking something fierce. And then you see a head
Okay.
pop up as Ford's just like, what is going on? What? Okay, when you said it was going to be loud, what? He looks down, he just sees this
Talking
smoking.
bird.
That doesn't explain it.
Fucked up.
As this happens, I need everyone to make a strength saving throw. Ford with disadvantage because he's on a ladder.
I tried to rush to grab my rapier.
Um,
I wrapped many.
Fuck.
By the way, crew, I am prepared for this. I wrapped so much cloth around my hands.
okay.
I'm not.
Just take me down the butt. Just take me down the deck.
Oh, don't worry. I accidentally rolled it my own dice, but yeah, Orzo he's standing next to Varric. He's just like Varric has no sea legs. Natural 20 grabs you out of the air as you're about to go overboard, just yanks you back and just like go under. And all of a sudden he looks over, just like as everyone just watches as they see a dark form fly off the crow's nest. Sploosh.
Can I have Minnie catch him?
You said Minnie was going downstairs.
You never acknowledged it, so I assumed she would
No,
stay.
you,
She's
you,
stubborn.
you said that she was going downstairs. She's listening.
Damn.
I'm going downstairs.
Okay, so you two
With
go.
my
You and Minnie go
17,
downstairs.
I tried to catch 4.
Currently, you are holding on as the boat rocks, and he got a nat
Actually,
one.
you know what I'll
so
do? If I see him let go, I'm running and jumping off the ship.
Okay.
And
Did he just jump into the water with him?
You see
I have
two
a grappling
shapes.
hook.
You see two shapes suddenly fall off the edge. One of them falls, the other one's diving. As you see,
I tried to
sploosh,
use
sploosh.
grappling hook.
Roll
catch
a dexterity check about the grappling hook to see if you manage to grab hold as you're falling, just to see if you're going to need to do that later or now, because you missed the boat.
Yeah.
But you splash into the water, and Ford pops up. He's like, oh shit! You all of a sudden sees you pop up. He's like, I don't think that was your brightest idea, man.
Talking bird now. And
Yeah.
I'll throw up the grappling hook on the side of the ship so we can climb up.
Strength check.
Will I see the fucking rope come out to the other side?
Dexterity.
Can I see him?
I'm gonna say strength. It was dexterity to see if you could do it while you were falling. This is a strength to see if you get it up onto the side, just barely. As it hooks on, and Forge just kind of looks at you, he's like, swims over. He's actually got a remarkably quick swing speed as he grabs hold, and you both, I would
be right
presume
back.
you're both crawling up. Very bad time to be right back. I'll wait. This is worth it.
Oh dear. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Also, I
okay.
realized I think I'm on my ass. Because I rolled a 12.
You are on your ass. Yes, the 13 is a save.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
I'm on my ass.
You are also on your ass, yes. And actually, because you are the helmsperson, actually, no, roll yours with advantage because you have hold of the helm, which you could
Yeah,
use to
that-
ground you. So I'd say Yevon
Yeah.
would be able to do that with advantage. I meant to mention that. I apologize, but we're in the middle of, science. You are still, you not only are on your ass, you are dragging the wheel, and you just hear it going as it is
That is not a
spinning.
nice noise.
I'll get up real quick and stop it.
Yeah, you have no idea currently with the storm how badly that will affect your course, but you've got it. You've stopped it from continuing. It hurts your hands to grab it, but you're just holding on. We'll
I'm
wait for
just
better
currently
smack.
stuck on Actually, I'm currently stuck on a rope. Just off the side of the fucking boat.
You aren't off the boat. You did not roll
No.
low enough to go off the boat.
I said them.
Them? Yeah, they're both off the boat.
Is there any chance that I can try if I can pull the rope up to help them?
Well, we gotta wait for Butters to get back so we can discuss
am
what's going on.
Scared of this.
Also,
This feels unnatural.
oh yeah, of course. Also, Varric, a fun note: if Orzo had not rolled a nat 20, you would have also been over the side.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, failing it as a 5 or below, you would have fallen off the side of it, which is why Ford first roll didn't even need disadvantage. Natural 1,
Rip.
just off the side he went.
Okay, Discord.
Thanks.
Cocky bird. Jesus Christ. I'm scared. I don't like this.
When you hear someone else when you hear her calling someone else a good boy, crashes through the wall. Welcome back. I
Welcome
need you to
back.
make a perception check, Shuffle, with disadvantage. 10. You don't see anything as you're trying to pull yourself up, but you feel something brush against your leg.
Can I help pull them up? Holy shit.
Roll a strength check.
Watch me fail this.
I almost imagine a Looney Tune just jumping out of the water to climb up faster from Shuffle.
Right.
As you're like climbing fast forward, just like, what's the matter? It's not that bad down here. Kind of climbs. He's climbing up after you. All of a sudden he pauses. He like feels something. Like you see him like visibly shaking. He kind of looks down. He's like, all right, I'm gonna mosey on a little faster. Just up, 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 up. And as you drag him up, and as you do, because of a 20, let me see how far he gets up. He is still dangling in the water, and you currently have his shield, so that's a 14.
Ooh. Hey, wait, no, I chucked that thing.
Oh, you chucked it into water? Okay, good to know.
Wait, you threw his shit on the water?
No, I just threw it away from me.
Oh, his shield. Oh, you threw it away from you, so it is currently sliding around on the deck. Wonderful. Let me check. Just do a quick roll here.
This should be eventful. I thought about chucking it in the water, but my first thought is he's gonna be pissed if I fucking just chuck his equipment.
You see Ford just go, ah! As you see something slam into his side, as it appears that a shark has found something quite snacking to taste upon.
Oh, damn!
Yep, he looks down at it, he takes a moment, he grabs its face, and he's going to Eldritch Blast it in the face point blank. That will match his AC, just barely, but no, that's plus his charisma modifier. My bad. Yeah, he hits that thing full on with both attacks. It kind of lets go and just kind of flops back into the water. Sploosh. Grabs his side.
Yeah,
Like,
time to climb. Time to climb.
no kidding! As he pulls himself up real quick. He did not summon his weapon. He just Eldritch Blasts this thing in the face. He didn't worry about swinging. He was just blasting it away. I know he had disadvantage, but he hit with both of them from point blank range. Just 13 and 14 respectively.
Wow, rip.
Yep. So he gets up to the top, and you cast Cure Wounds on him. It heals him up a little bit. He's yeah. I'm
gonna fucking
aware.
punch him in the face.
But
Legitimately.
I believe that's a focus is only really necessary if it needs a material component. Does Eldritch Blast require a material component?
No.
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 Then he would be fine. So he would be able to cast Eldritch Blast without a focus, so he is fine. If he was trying to like hex it or something like that, then he would need
Why
the sword.
would you hex a shark? Wait, how big is that shark?
It was bigger than Ford. So yes, it is a big shark.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna fucking sock him in the face then.
He takes
He's
it.
climbed up.
He
climbed up.
you punch him in the
fucking
face.
pole.
He looks at you. He looks at you. Looks back up to the crow's nest. Looks back at you. I was doing what's right by my crew, and from my point of view, I can tell whether he was right as rain or dead as a doornail. Were you gonna let him just take those lightning bolts and just mosey on around?
When I can hear him cackle.
Pretty fine. He looks pretty good.
Oh yeah, he looks perfectly immaculate. But Ford didn't know that.
When I can hear him laugh like a maniac, I know he's fine.
Yeah, you know. I don't know your friends as well as you do.
Thought I was a
shrugs-
Does your friend laugh like a maniac when he's doing just fine? Because I heard him laughing over there.
Have
Molly
you
Mock-
met Molly Mock?
Mollymawk drops down next to him, just like, I love the smell of this rain. It's quite nice, actually.
She's just pretty much gonna Will Smith pose effectively towards Molly with like,
Mollymawk does a curtsy. Because I
You see my
imagine
point
he would
here?
do that. He just like, listen here. I did not know whether it would be this guy points to Shuffle or that guy points towards the downstairs area where Varric has gone down, who would be doing
Varric's like,
stuff like
nope.
this. I was not able to figure out which of them were able to. And considering the fact that he's been up in the crow's nest most of the time, I kind of considered that it was your other friend.
how bad
Clearly.
was that bite to his side?
He's still damaged.
Like,
A 6 did
I
not
know
heal
you
him
can't-
back up to full. Let me put it that
no,
way.
I know that much, but like, how much damage?
Let me get out the
I'm not
exact
asking
total.
for actual points. I'm asking for like, did it take a large chunk out of him?
Oh, he's still got all the bits to him. It's just
Okay.
that he had like the markings of bite marks dug into his lower calf.
Oh, but his leg.
Yeah, bit his leg. It didn't like side blind him. It grabbed his leg and then.
You said by the side, so I just automatically assumed.
Oh, it was a little lower than his side, admittedly, but it grabbed his leg.
Need a fucking prosthetic. I'm tired of prosthetic limbs. I've encountered enough in my D&D career.
Yeah, like one that could just basically fuck everything in this general direction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As Baron laughs.
Yeah. For anyone who is not aware, because none of you would really be, in a different campaign, Paris encountered a house that she was, as a rogue, sneaking into. While she was doing such things, she found herself looking over a few plans for various magical, runed, carved items, as well as a prosthetic hand that had a depiction of a hand pointing at enemies and basically saying, fuck everything in this general direction, as well as a giant slab of metal known as a greatsword, and eventually realized she was in the house of Guts the Berserker. It was a fun time for me.
Look, that 29 saved my ass. I didn't think I was going to fucking escape.
To be fair, if you hadn't gotten a 29 South, you might not have. Anyways, back to the group at hand. It is still thunderstorm and lightning, very, very frightening all of you because you are still going through it. And right now, your heading is a little bit off.
Oh.
I'm
Or
staying
can you get up
downstairs.
there or off course.
I'm on it. I'm on it. Ow, son of a. He just crawls over. Just not crawls. He runs
I will
over
make,
as best he can.
quick adjustments whenever he gets down.
And he helps you. Make sure that he's holding on to the oar while you, not the oar, the wheel while you're quickly looking everything over, making sure to correct him as best you can. Without full charts, you're not sure how much off course you've been blown. You're not even sure if you're moving forward in the storm. Feels like the storm's just kind of sweeping over you rather than moving you forward at all. But you're bouncing and bobbing through the waves, and you're taking it one step at a time. Eventually, it probably takes a good couple of hours before the storm passes. As you finally start getting over to where you guys are able to actually. Oh, what the hell was that noise? Wrong.
That is Wind Waker music.
I don't know what that sound was, but apparently it was a lot louder
That
than it
was
needed to
Wind
be.
Waker music. That's what happens as soon as you hit the ocean.
As soon as you hit the ocean, you get Wind Waker music. Da, 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 da. Actually, I'm gonna. You know what? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna turn that back on. That was actually kind of jazzy. Just very low.
I fucking love Wind Waker.
It's good, but I needed it to be just a little bit quieter. There we go, just more background music. As you finally come out of the wind, water, and storm, you guys just kind of take a moment to breathe. At least two of the sailors are just kind of like hanging out, just kind of air drying themselves in the netting, with Mollymock just like hanging upside down, just like.
Why
Yeah.
is he upside down?
Oh, I just felt it was fun because of the wave.
Oh my god.
Paul is looking at the water, looking at the sky, and just like,
Why are you upside down? I hate you.
Paul is you specifically look around for Paul, and Paul, he's kind of just walking over. He just looks at a few other people who are just laying down. He looks like he was kind of thrown around as well, but he's walking through just a very flat face. He gives a little like pat on the shoulder, just kind of like, yeah, I know. I mean, it's storm, man. This whole place is just. Sits down, stares at the sky. Thunderstorms suck. Just
Tell
very,
me
just
about it.
monotone. Just kind of leans over, just like, I'd tell you about it, but honestly, in my sailing career, most of the time, if I was expecting a thunderstorm, I'd need to tie myself down with something a lot more. Is someone trying to talk in the background? I heard a voice in the back.
I hear it.
Nothing.
What were you trying to say?
Nothing.
I didn't hear. I could not hear what you were saying at all.
Nothing. Is the storm over?
Storm's over. You can
The
come.
entire
It is
time?
safe to come
Oh,
back
go
on
ahead.
deck. Yes.
No, I was. Shit. Is it safe to come back out?
No.
It is.
Orzo
Shut
says.
It's safe.
Alright,
I'll
I'll
push
come
you into
on
the
out.
water.
You push who into the water?
No, she's like threatening or so. I will push you into the water.
He looks down at you very slowly, leans down a little bit.
Alright, I'll come on out.
Ha! And then he walks
I'm
away.
still...
Yeah.
Ugh, I'm still wet.
What are the chances that I can test his dexterity by tripping him?
I
You
I
trip
do
him,
wish to
trip on
snap.
the deck.
I do wish to snap my fingers and cast prestidigitation on myself to dry myself
That's
off.
pretty standard. Yep, just clean yourself off. Shuffle, you are on the deck, just fluffed up, just sopping wet, just shaking your head and you just. I'm gonna roll
He
this
wants-
privately.
Wants to fucking smack Paul in the ass.
You
Oh,
you
wow.
try to trip him, and he feels you, and I need you to make a strength check. You are dragged with his foot as he kicks it forward and throws you on your ass.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he matched your dexterity check, and then he beat your strength check. So you were on your ass. He looks down. He's just like, I'd ask if you need a hand up, but I think you've got the leg up. He walks away.
She's going to fucking grab onto his leg.
You try, but he's already scampering away, just basically skipping. Boing, boing, boing. He's perfectly content with not being grabbed by you. He's just like, I don't need this. Goodbye.
The idea of something with fucking... Wait, what? Does he look exactly the Minotaur that I think he does?
Maybe.
Does he have hooves?
Yeah.
Okay, so, right. The idea of something skipping with hooves is beyond beautiful.
Yes, it quite honestly is. It is a sight to behold. Varric is currently dry. Shuffle, again, you're completely drenched.
Guru, I asked to do something when I saw Paul.
I saw you say guru.
Oh, wait. If
You can't slap him on the ass because he sat down.
Yeah, I asked to do that before you said he sat down.
He was going to sit down before you could get to his ass.
well,
Then I'll just sit down and grab his inner thigh.
Fuck are you doing?
While I'm walking, I'm gonna look at Shuffle and snap my fingers prestidigitation on him to dry him off.
Okay, so you dry him off as you see him walk over towards this guy. He just suddenly grabs this guy's inner thigh. The guy just kind of looks at you just like, look, if you're looking for a good time, I don't swing that way. It's
Dang it.
this is very awkward. What, dude?
I pull out my pad and I put a question mark next to him. He reacted to that in a very comedic way, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
crying.
If you're making a list of who's gay and who's not, I hear tell that Gordon, he's a kind of that strapping big guy over there. He swings that way. Last I heard, anyway. Then again, most people don't ask, and
I
Gordon.
point to a different direction.
Can I overhear that?
He doesn't look in the direction. He just looks at you, just like, that's not where I was pointing, man.
He's trying to look shocked and scared while he points.
In the opposite direction.
Yep. Like in a different
a-
direction. than the temple.
Something over there. He's just like staring at you, just like, dude, there's nothing. What? We are in the after part of a storm. If something attacks us now, we're not going to be having something jumping on our decks and attacking us right here, right now.
Fuck you. And he walks away.
Still don't swing your way,
Oh my god.
but also fuck you too. Just calls after him. Just
Beautiful.
And he responded to that well, so I don't know if he's an octopus boy anymore.
An octopus boy. I have a question.
Possible answer.
To ask for Minnie, since I'm sure I called her a board when it was done. Can she smell something off about Shuffle?
off.
I want to see if she can smell the tentacle on him.
Her ear kind of flickers. Roll a perception check for
It's
her.
not on me.
He probably smells like fried chicken at this point.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, Guru, you know where it is, right?
Did you? You didn't take it. Did you leave it or do you have it?
Have that tentacle, man.
You don't have that tentacle?
I do.
Okay, you do. What did you do
It's
with
in
it?
the briefcase.
Ah, yes, that makes more sense.
So she would still smell it on like your fucking hands or something.
He hasn't
After
opened his
that
briefcase.
rain?
Yeah, she kind of
Fair
looks at
enough.
you like she kind of like. I can try, mommy. Don't worry. She kind of like goes up on
I'm
the
not
deck.
asking. If
she-
I knew about the tentacle, I would have given Shuffle like the instructions and let her smell it. I want to
Also,
see if she
would
recognizes it.
Would you have known about the tentacle?
That's what I'm saying. So I'm asking God out of character. I probably
you would
wouldn't
not.
have unless you showed it to him.
Yeah, no, he's.
He has not shown it to anyone yet.
Actually, I will ask one question. Minnie was with us with the parasite.
Yes.
I would assume that she would keep that scent in her nose because it's a very odd scent. Can she
She didn't
smell
say
it on
anything about
anyone?
the smell.
Ah, damn. It smells like salt water, doesn't it?
Yeah, it smelled like salt water and, well, people's insides being outside. Which was.
Inside's peak outside.
Yeah.
After that, Guru, I basically just go sit on the deck and see if my umbrella. What happened to my umbrella?
You look around for your umbrella. You had tied
I
out
grabbed it.
You had jumped off the edge. You could either jump off the edge or grab the umbrella, which the rapier was up on the top, which you and Ford are both lucky as hell. Because I made it a 1 in 10 chance. I rolled a D100 and I got a 92. So both of your items are still on the ship.
Nice.
Yeah, Ford's is underneath some rope, so he doesn't find it for the rest of the day. Until he finally, someone picks up and is like, Captain, I think this is yours. And Ford's just like, oh, thank God. And he like just runs over, just like, I'm going to thank you. Just like hugs the guy, just pats him on, thank you. Just puts it on his back, just like, oh, man. I have no idea how it ended up under there. I had it, I let go
I
of
took it off you.
Why did you put it, why didn't you tell me?
Maybe because you were rushing up to the crow's nest, and I thought it would be a bad idea to have a metal object on you as you climb up in the middle of a storm.
I mean, I appreciate that, but at the same time, I thought it went overboard, and I thought, because I went to the water, remember? I thought that I lost it.
I appreciate no one questioning Shuffle whatsoever, by the way.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm guessing you climb up to the crow's nest.
Again?
Yeah,
That's where his
it's
stuff is.
still there.
You climb up to the crow's nest, and as soon as you're pulling yourself up, you see a very wide grin.
Is it a mollymog?
It's Mollymock.
Yeah, okay, good.
Like, I was gonna let you get away with that. He's leaning back, just kind of very casually, like legs just spread out, just keeping himself basically as hidden as he can, so that you wouldn't see him as you climbed up. As you pop your head, you're like, oh. He's like, that's a neat little trick you got there. Holds up the rapier, which again, on the side of this, it is just seared into the side of it with the runes, and he's just kind of turning it over in his hands slowly. I think you kind of overdid it a little bit there, but I mean, I'm not going to say that you weren't really flashy about it. If anything, kudos for not blowing apart the ship.
He gives a
Jesus
thumbs
Christ.
up as he climbs up.
So he holds it, like he hovers it over his hand, and you see a little static kind of going from the sword to his hand. He kind of jumps it back a little bit. It's like, what do you think it does now? You want to try some science out?
Wanna see a magic trick?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He grins. His grin widens. Yeah.
He holds out his hand.
Okay. You're holding out your hands. Are you asking for the sword?
Yes.
Are you going to grab the blade at all?
I'll grab the what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a pop negative charge. I'm jump starting myself. I'm grabbing the hilt, then I'm grabbing the blade.
Okay, so you grab the hilt.
Jump starting.
Okay. So you grab a hold of it. Make a Constitution save.
I'm crying. Wow.
That's good. You take half damage, so you only take 2 points of lightning damage, as it suddenly just as your hair just immediately just puffs right up, and Molly just watches like, ooh.
Shuffle starts to laugh up again.
Basically, it's the
I'm going to
electrified.
get-
It's alive! It's alive!
I'm going to
Also,
guess it worked.
so I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna start climbing down with it quickly, and I'm gonna take the inside, like the umbrella sheath, and start insulating it.
Yeah, okay, but
if
just so you are
possible.
aware, it is no longer a +1 weapon. It now has
Okay.
extra damage to it. Once
remove
per
it.
round, it deals 1d6 lightning damage. Only once per round, which for you, it doesn't really matter because it's, you know, you're using it as a rogue.
Imagine that with sneak attack.
Yeah, exactly. But it's still only once per round.
Yeah, but
So if you
sneak
got a
attack
second
with
attack on
extra
it.
damage.
Okay,
Sadly,
of
it's
course.
not. Sadly, it's not like.
Oh, it's still
+1
magic.
anymore.
It is still magical.
Yeah.
It still
It's not
retained the
+1,
magical. It just had
yeah.
to. You basically destroyed the enchantment of the +1, and instead burned into it, basically forcing it to adapt and change to this lightning element. This is not
That's
something that
fucking
should have
wonderful.
been done, but because you had the nat 20 and because of the fact that there was
Because
a
I'm
nat
mad
20,
scientist.
mad scientist, and nature kind of agreed with you and rolled a nat 20 on the last hit. The only reason it had enough charge to retain it permanently was because of that last strike.
That's perfectly cinematic that the last strike is the one that did it.
Yeah, it was most beautifully cinematic thing. I was just like, there we go.
Also, I like the idea of Shuffle doing.
Just doing mad scientist work. It will also take some time for it to fully calm down, as it were. So insulating it will definitely help. But I would not touch it to anything metal for like the
Did
next
Shuffle-
week.
Is Shuffle down on the ground with this fucking thing?
He's starting to insulate the thing, yeah.
I'm gonna hide behind someone from this little crazy bastard.
Nearest person would be Orzo or Ford.
That's a nice little pick. I'm going to take the Minotaur.
Yeah, you just kind of like slide behind Orzo, and Orzo just like glances at you very slowly, glances back at Shuffle, just shakes his head slowly.
That's electrically charged.
Uh-huh.
Why does he have that on a ship?
Because he caught the lightning, I don't know.
Ah, no. I'll be over here.
I'm over there.
I just imagine Orzo and Alex just both move to these fucking sides of the ship that are furthest from Shuffle and this weapon.
I mean, to be fair, Orzo's just like, I mean, I've seen what Yevon can do to a ship. Honestly, this is not the scariest thing I've seen.
It's scary when it's done by a mad cackling fucking rogue. Sneaky boy damage, that still tickles me.
You stab the air, and you just see the lightning just kind of crackle around. You're just like, yeah.
He doesn't. Oh no.
Yeah. He happy boy.
He is a very happy boy. Eventually, night will begin coming right along.
I will. Can I roll stealth for something, Guru? I want to sneak into a part of the ship
Okay.
Oh no.
when no one's paying attention. $26.
Okay, yep. Unless someone wants to try and beat a 26 stealth roll with perception. I mean,
I don't
back.
think there's any
Welcome back.
physical way that I can.
What's happening?
he's
Yeah,
sneaking into the underside of the ship.
Or to
Oh.
a certain part of the ship.
I don't know where that is, so where are you going?
I'm going to Ford's room.
Okay, so you're going into the captain's quarters.
Yes.
Okay. So you sneak on over to the captain's quarters. All right, what are you looking for? Are you roll an investigation check?
No, I'm just waiting in there for him.
You're just waiting in there for him?
Oh my god.
The crow's nest got demolished. I'm using this as a base of operation.
Okay. It's not demolished. It's just a huge chunk of it was blown out.
Yeah.
So it's still serviceable. It's just that, there's a big piece of it missing.
I don't want to fall out of it unless.
Yeah. Alright, so as time continues for the rest of the day, it's probably a few hours to sundown. With the clouds in the sky, you still can't get your bearings based off the stars, so you're just kind of going by the north to south route right now. As night begins to fall, Shuffle, You are currently in Ford's room. Are you going through the Eyes of the Crow, or
No, it's just shuffle.
you're just shuffling?
Just sitting in there and crying.
He's like sitting like at his desk, just working on some stuff.
Okay.
Where's Jester?
Actually, Jester slips into the room, closes the door behind her, turns around, and is like, "Oh, hello, Mr. Birdman."
He gives a wave, and he makes the cartoony wave sound when he,
Well,
you know,
I
like
would
the
like to
little
talk to Jester.
jingling of bells as he waved.
Oh my god.
Ding, 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 ding. She cackles softly at that and kind of bounces. She like skips to boing boing as he skips over and sits right across the desk from me. So, what you doing?
He'll take out his whiteboard, write something, turn it around, solving a mystery.
I love mysteries. Can I join?
Oh no.
Opens the briefcase and pulls out a second hat.
Oh.
It
my
also means the tentacles exposed. So she's like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
No, the briefcase you said was basically a bag of holding.
Yes, which
So
puts
it's just, like,
whatever
reaching
is
in.
on top of it into it. So when you open it out, everything on top of it pops out.
Yeah.
So
he's
the
that
tentacle
and-
does pop out too.
Okay.
So she sees the tentacle, like, ooh, that's gross. Is that what we're trying to find?
He shakes his head.
Ooh, she sees the hat and she just gently takes it, puts it on her head. So, what do we know so far?
I'll write out a chart. Basically, it says
Mhm.
they're indistinguishable from a normal person.
Okay.
Besides, they have sociopathic tendencies, which mean basically they have no real emotion. They fake everything.
Okay. So we got to be on the lookout for people who are not actually people, who are pretending to be people. This is very deep.
Nods head.
Okay,
This is
so
beautiful.
we're looking for something that has the little tentacles like this, but you don't know they have the little tentacles like this. How do they hide them?
Didn't last time their skin peeled away?
Because their form faded, yes.
He gets like a little light bulb and he goes, lights in the paper. What if we just cut off a chunk of every person's skin?
That is a very bad idea. I happen to like my skin quite nicely. It's very good for tanning, but that's a good idea. We'll put that on the back burner. Actually, what if we... No, that wouldn't work. I was going to say we should set fire to them, but I don't think that would work. No, not on the ship, no. Ooh, I have an idea! And she...
Well, she says not on the ship, as if she would do it if they were on dry fucking land.
Anyone who's watched Critical Role, please tell me if you think that Jester would
Oh, no,
not set them
totally.
fire. Yeah, exactly.
That's fucking horrifying. Just so you know.
Why don't you do something?
She's not doing anything yet, but she's currently bouncing over, and she goes over to a trunk that's kind of like pushed up in a corner that you hadn't really noticed before. She kind of flips it open.
Just in Ford's room or out of it?
It's in Ford's room, yes. So you're watching her just
Okay.
like leaning in, and she's like, okay, so we've got. She pulls out this little rock that's in the shape of a circle with a hole through the center of it.
Donut.
It is a rock, so it is not an actual donut. But she
Rock donut.
she puts it in her mouth and she
Rock
hops
donut.
over, and then she like takes it out. It's like, this is what I call a rock donut. You
Hey.
you beat me to the punch with I know that, but she's like, this is a rock donut. Apparently, it can see magic, but you can't use it too often because if you use it too often, it just kind of just not works anymore. I think you can only use it once a day. Watch.
Is it-
Do you have something magical?
I have a question. Yeah, okay, I have a question.
The rapier flies out.
Okay. Here, watch this. She takes it, she looks through, she's like, woo! Turns it, Here, you take a peek. She hands it over to you.
He'll look through it.
When you look through it, you can literally see the flows of magic wrapping around this sword. You can
Compared,
Hmm?
does it look sporadic almost?
It looks very erratic. It looks like lightning. It's granted, it is all inside of the blade. It is not like jumping out and doing it. Basically, you're watching it just arc between rune to rune. you can also see the color of it based off the color, and it's almost like an instinctive knowledge as you focus on it. When you turn it, you are kind of able to focus down and actually see the colors of the magic itself, which let you kind of realize evocation. That would be what evocation spells look like.
Is it red?
Sure.
Sure.
I don't know if there's an exact color for it, but we'll go with red. Sure.
No, I have a question.
Possible
Slightly.
answer.
This donut, is it full on circular or is it like a rounded triangle?
It is a full-on circular,
Okay, I
but
was
the
asking if you're doing
intersection is triangular.
Is it based off the Coraline?
It is not.
Damn.
I just like the idea of using a rock as a focus, that you have a hole through it. I don't know what those rolls are for, but okay.
I was just seeing how much like my max sleight of hand will ever get to. Plus 22. Unless
bad.
I get one of those books that increase my dex, they don't get to plus 23.
Not bad.
Hello?
Hello.
Nope.
Yep, so we still hear you, man.
Alright.
Looking through this, you roll an intelligence check. I mean, this could work, possibly. You don't remember this being magical anyway, but I mean, if this thing could potentially find something magical on the ship, maybe. Do you look around anywhere else with the stone, or you just focus on the
Can I run
sword?
out the door and look out the door with it?
As you're doing this, wait, don't, it grabs you, just pulls you back. We're partners in this. Where are you going? Help, explain. Hello. Waves a hand in front of your face. I know you're writing this down, but I'd really appreciate knowing what is your plan.
Let's just look at people with this thing on, I guess.
I mean, okay. She's like, but I think that they're going to know. We need to make a clever disguise. She
Okay.
thinks about it. She's like, we can't do it today because it's going to run out before we finish. But if we make a clever disguise, you can just wear that around, and then when you want to, you just turn it on, look through it, and see people in magical colors. Unless they're not magical, in which case you won't see them in magical colors.
He gives a thumbs up.
Okay, so she squares you up in a chair. Let's get to work. And she's going to begin preparing you and dressing you up to try and make a disguise for you.
Oh my goodness.
And I guess we're just waiting for Ford to come in here and be like, what the heck?
It happens about an hour later. Actually, no, about 3 hours later. When the sun's gone down, the moon's out, he's getting ready for bed. He's just, oh, all right, I think it's time for... He just sees you guys as he's about to get in the hammock. He's like, Jester? Shuffle? I'm sorry, Jack. You said your name was... Which one is it, man?
He just shrugs.
Fair enough. What the hell's going on?
He hands him a note he's prepared.
He has
was
what?
ready for this. He hands him a note he was prepared.
He slowly just takes it, opens it up.
Hey, yo, Ford, what's good? So, listen, I'm gonna
crying.
need you to get everybody or every one of your crewmates on the deck tomorrow at the exact same time while I look at them from a little distance away, guys. And he has a huge smile on his face.
Wow.
How does one smile as a bird?
It's basically
Terrifyingly.
curling their the sides of their lips upward.
Oh, okay.
Varric, are you doing anything on the ship's deck?
No, I wanted to talk to that blue tiefling.
She is currently missing. You don't know where she is.
Mm, maybe I'll
Mollybox
talk
is
to
on the
her
deck.
I'll talk to her tomorrow.
That's fair.
Meanwhile, I think I'll play my lute.
Okay. You start playing your lute. Are you like looking in any particular direction? Or are you just kind of sitting down,
Yeah, just sitting down.
not really paying attention to stuff? Okay. Who is on watch? Just one person. I imagine Yevon's been doing her
Yeah, I want
guiding
some
thing.
sleep.
You wanted some sleep, yeah.
I'll take it then.
Okay, roll me a perception check.
Can I have Minnie help
Minnie
me
as
out?
well. Yes.
Well, it is a good thing that she gets advantage when it comes down to hearing.
This is a sight.
Ah! Sheesh.
Can Minnie give her
How do
advantage?
I? That is not what I wanted to roll.
What
just
is
let
what
it
is
be
her
a nat
wisdom
20,
modifier?
dude.
What is her wisdom modifier?
+1.
So it'll be a 21.
Oh.
1 second here. Let me check something about Minnie real quick. Minnie.
Normal.
It's plus. Gotcha. There's you watching. Place feels quiet. It's just a waving of the water, wind on your face. It's peaceful, kind of quiet. You hear kind of just the breaking of water, just from the boat carving through it. And there's a moment of just like absolute silence. Actually, I want to turn off the music here for just a moment. It's like completely silent. Just complete silence besides the water. Actually, where's my water sounds? Water sounds were fine.
Oh, she can hear water. Good. I
Yeesh.
thought something
No.
bad.
Not
I thought it was
like
something else.
not something like that, but it's just the water. Just the wind. And then finally Minnie just kind of goes,
Alex is gonna turn to her.
there's something that was beside the ship.
Alex is immediately going to look over whatever edge she points her to.
She gets a little motion to the right side, and you quickly just run over to it. And as you peek down, you just see like the faint endings of something very white reflecting off the moonlight that go down under the waves.
Is there any chance that I could have tried to shoot it? Because I would have immediately been on the offensive.
You can with disadvantage.
Double nat 20s. Here we go.
16. 1 second here. Splashes into the water. And you just see it disappear. You have no idea
I
whether you hit it
missed.
or not.
Hmm.
You know you lost your arrow. That thing's gone right now.
Oh well.
And for a moment you just watch that thing just disappear downward. And then you see another shape. Smaller. Much, much smaller. Sliding just behind it. Just kind of coasting across the surface as it kind of seems to be following before a few of them kind of pause. Just kind of look like they're almost treading water.
Can I roll perception to see if I know what the fuck that is?
You can roll perception, yeah.
Not with disadvantage, please, no.
Yeah, just a straight roll. They are large creatures. Their skin is remarkably stark white. This is not like at first you're thinking, yeah, it's probably like a dolphin or something like that. No, that ain't no dolphin. Nope. Shark? No, not a shark. The torso is too humanoid. Thick, broad shoulders. Like, again, it is treading water in place with this tail that just kind of underneath them, going from side to side. They're under the water currently, but you can see the very faint white reflection from off their arms. I'm pretty sure they're arms because they're held out in such a way like a person floating
Is
under
it
the
like,
water.
For clarification, is it like porcelain white or like?
Yes, it is
Person
like
white,
this
yeah.
is like a white that is reflecting in the moonlight, very faintly,
So
but it is there.
It's not like human white. Gotcha.
No, this is like
Vampire white.
similar,
To
but
give
more
an
just
example.
more just like a more the porcelain white probably would be
More
closer, but yeah,
Wait,
I'm not gonna
it
shoot
is.
again.
They seem to be staring at you, watching you, perhaps. You see one of the shapes just break forward slowly, just like it's like treading water. You see a big poof as it jumps up out of the water, and you see something right past your head. Actually, let me see if it hits you. That was not where I want you to go.
I think I'm off something.
As an arrow buries itself in your shoulder, the arrow you shot.
Say.
Do we hear that?
You take minimum damage, but you still take damage.
I don't know if it was trying to hit me or miss me. Can I tell this is my arrow?
Yeah, it's your fletching.
Well, he returned it. He returned it in the absolutely most painful fucking way possible, but he
where's
returned it.
Where is your modifier?
I have 15 armor class for the stress.
Oh yeah, he beat a 15. I already knew
Dude,
that.
Did you hear her scream out in pain?
Probably. I mean, she probably more like a Jesus fuck. But Jesus doesn't
Or-
exist here. So son of a bitch. Probably closer.
Morden.
Morden. Yeah, that's a good one. Morden,
I mean,
fuck.
she probably just screamed fuck, period.
Okay, that would work. Where is your strength modifier?
Shuffle comes out of the door, bust out the door
you
wearing
are.
drag.
Wearing
Oh my God.
drag. I believe it.
That's what I imagine Jester would put him in.
Of course.
It's not wrong.
What are you saying, Thorn?
Hmm?
What are you saying, Thorn?
Guys,
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to be rude or interrupt, but I gotta get going.
Yeah, we're heading off after this, but there we go. 5 points of damage, piercing.
Ow.
It's kinda
As-
getting late for me.
Yeah. Again, we're wrapping this up. We were just doing this last scene. Before all of them, as soon as it drops down, it starts downwards, like going deeper underwater, as all of them just immediately dive down with it. Now, with the perception check you rolled before, you count there to be about 7 or 8 of them, just going downward. And as you now are currently impaled with an arrow through your shoulder, that is where we'll end the session.
Alright. I had fun, guys.
All right, take care of yourself, man.
Alright, remember,
Hey.
next week I want to talk to Jester.
Remind me. I'm not going to remember,
Ooh.
man.
By any chance, do we level up from beating lightning?
No.
No.
Alright, good night. Later.
No.
Good night.
Okay, so the fun bit about it is Shuffle comes out and drags to his companion with a
Well,
fucking
no,
arrow in her shoulder.
He probably doesn't. He's focused on the conversation right now.
Yeah. He just like comes out and drags. He's just like sees an arrow, slowly slides back in.
Yeah, because Ford still never answered my question. So yeah.
Yeah, so we'll get to that next time as well.
Yeah.
Just remind me, please. Like, type it out in the thing so I can make sure that, you don't forget and that I don't forget. Because I will forget. I've got, like, 5 games, man. I've got so much going on. I'm doing my best. I've got work, I've got games.
I'll look up next time I join the server and see it.
Type in the damn question so I don't forget.
Where?
You just
In the
typed. You said
Discord.
you said he guru. I asked for a fucking question. I'm just like, well, that doesn't tell me what the.
Type it in the Discord form.
Yes, I like that already. I listened to literally 1 second of that, and I'm okay with it.
What?
The kind
about
of
Paris?
sound they were listening to.
The music?
You hear it
Oh, yes, I do. Oh, Lord.
when you saw the end of the tendrils. Yeah, that was the music I was wanting to play, but I did not have that on point. So,
What music?
do you hear it?
No.
Yeah,
Are you still on roll 20?
There we go.
that
Oh,
music.
like weird ominous music.
Yes, very good ominous music. I
It would have
greatly
been
approve of
perfect to
this.
be shot too.
Hey Paris.
Yes.
Here's the description of Black Tentacles. And you see why I named it Possible Hente.
Yevon, Yevon, I needed Shuffle's things to be the most recent thing.
Here.
What?
Here you go.
Already restrained?
There we go. We'll work with that. We're good. I was like, dude.
Hey.
Yes,
Dude.
restrained. Yes.
I hope you enjoyed Shuffle's true madness showing this time. You guys
The
haven't
fact
noticed.
that you copied my
Shuffle's-
laugh.
Shuffle's insane. You guys need to notice this.
I mean, to be fair, you joined with this group.
They already kind of knew when you joined.
I mean, we knew that Alex was when she joined. We kind of guessed that you were too.
I'm just a mad scientist, basically,
Hey,
who enjoys
hey,
magic
hey.
tricks.
Hmm?
I am not insane. I just enjoyed a good fight. Thank you.
Did you expect me to do that, Guru?
Yes. Not the
No.
lightning thing, but I expected you to
Okay.
try something. I forgot that your rapier was a +1 weapon, so basically all of the other lightnings were destroying the enchantment already in it, but you were able to get it semi-enchanted because of the nat 20, but then nat 20 from the lightning basically said, I want this thing enchanted.
So did Cora just look at me and said, "Yo, that's a dope idea, fam."
Who's core again?
God of lightning,
Sure. I-
storms and strength.
I imagine that in the aftermath of it, you swear that you see the clouds forming a giant afro in the sky.
A giant afro.
No.
I'm crying.
Not almond.
Wait,
Not
okay.
almond. Not now.
No, okay.
No.
So I have a
No.
question. Is it an afro in a cloud? Just a fucking cloud?
Yes.
Yes.
That's why I'm saying that it was completely pointless to describe it as an
Shuffle
afro in the
might
cloud.
be high.
He might be, yeah. I'm surprised you haven't asked about stuff like that before, but I'm not going to push it.
No, I'm just saying right now,
Mhm.
Shuffle might be straight up.
Adrenaline high?
That can't be lightning. That can't be good for you, being that close to 5 lightning strikes.
I mean, you were deafened and blinded. And right now, you have no equilibrium, right? That's why you were, like, when you said you went into Forge Room, I'm like, okay, good, so I don't have to make you have a dexterity saving throw to see if you don't, go flying off the ship because you lose your footing all the time. You were basically just in the ship, just sitting down at a table, just like, That's why I never made you roll anything for it, but yeah, that did not go well for you.
I just DM'd
Yo,
something
that
to you,
went
Doc.
great. In all things that could have happened when I did that, it went fantastic. In retrospect,
It went fantastic for you. Everyone else.
like think, what is the in total? Like, how much damage was each lightning bolt gonna do?
On average, 16.
Oh, that would have been good. Wait,
The last one did 42.
oh no, I would have screwed. I didn't know 16 times 5 was that much because I'm dumb.
You're like 16. Wait a minute. Plus,
Wait
yeah,
a
the last
minute.
one rolled about that actually got like 2 10s on the dice.
Yeah, that's why I'm sitting here like, I'm just gonna watch Shuffle die. I can't look.
No, Shuffle's evasion 10 out of 10. That's the best part.
I'll throw a fireball at you.
Good luck.
5
I
different
change
people.
it.
No, 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 no.
Change it into an exploding magma sphere, causing it to change into a strength save.
I forgot your
can do
dumb
that.
lore thing.
So,
Lore-
I just discussed something with Dawn that is going
Yeah.
to suck for Alex.
Remind me next week. Hold on. I'm going to make a note of this. Arrow stuck in Alex's shoulder. And
For
just
aesthetic purposes,
yeah,
yeah, this is gonna suck. I mean, she knows cure wounds, so it's not gonna suck too much. Pulling it out, however, is going to hurt.
gonna
When did
pain.
Baron? When did you put in the Twitch chat? This is how you kill your character.
Back when you were doing the lightning bolt strikes. I've had this up the whole time. I saw when you put that in. He put that in there. It was just like, I mean, to be fair, if he didn't have evasion, he technically should have been just fried. But somehow he's basically just like Spider-Manning it, just completely avoiding every bolt of lightning and just like
Dawn,
okay.
did you not hear what I said when he kept rolling it?
what?
I
It's
literally
that
said,
scene-
bayonetta dodge, bayonetta dodge.
Yes.
It's that scene in Final Fantasy X where you got dodge of lightning across the field.
Fuck you! I know what you're talking about.
I had to dodge it 100 times in a row. To get
I
the
know.
achievement.
I know. I said, fuck that.
That's how you get one of the best weapons.
That
Yeah.
was.
The best weapon can fucking suck my tank. Hell no.
I haven't seen combat with lightning before, and that was great.
I don't know what the fuck just shot me.
They didn't shoot you. They returned your arrow.
They returned their arrow into my soft flesh. So legitimately, Alex sitting here like, I don't know if I offended them or if they were trying to be nice and
Wait,
missed.
the arrow is serrated?
Yes.
Yes!
Sucks for you.
Yes!
Yeah, push that. You gotta push that shit all the way through.
It's either push it all the way through or rip it out quick.
Which is gonna
Yeah.
hurt like
It's gonna hurt either way.
Don't worry,
That's
you
gonna
got
deal
Orzo.
with the damage coming out, probably.
We got Orzo.
Orzo grabs you by the shoulder. Look at me. Pulls it out. There you go. And you screaming bloody murder. He walks away as you're just holding onto his arm.
Would
He's just
that
like
be
dragging
like
you.
bleeding
Smile,
damage?
proud of
Dude,
himself.
would that cause bleed damage?
If it was removed, possibly. That'd be one of the few things where I'd be like, that might have a bleed damage effect.
Oh, I wasn't thinking about that. That was for simply aesthetic purposes. But now I can leap on people and
I
rip it
have
out.
an idea. I have an idea, Guru.
Mhm.
Since Shuffle's become such a mad scientist,
Mhm.
what if he goes full mad scientist and I take a 3-level dip into fighter?
What are you? No. Don't they get an extra attack?
Which one?
Oh no, that's not what I meant.
That's level
What
5.
What are you
I
thinking?
want to go. I want to create the gun.
The gun. What is the gun?
It is the
okay,
Mercer
okay.
created gunslinger. And because technically it is a ranged weapon, it would technically be allowed to have sneak attack.
Yes, it would.
Oh, you could literally assassinate someone, is what you're telling me.
Yes. Oh, Guru, I know my new goal.
You have the dexterity for it. The question is, can you find someone who can teach you to utilize the enigma of black powder?
I
Yes,
like the
sir.
idea that Shuffle has a dream about it, and he starts getting real excited.
Oh no. Is this Dawn?
We'll talk more about that later.
Dawn, I
Yes.
feel like this is gonna be a Peta thing again. You just see the gears in his head turning and someone just has to actively go, no.
He sees he noticed the destructive power of energy today,
Oh
and he
no.
pops
Okay.
in his head other elements, fire, and then what gets fire started? Gunpowder.
He doesn't know
And
about
things are
gunpowder.
starting to turn. What do you mean he doesn't know about gunpowder? He's
Gunpowder is
almost
not a-
20 intelligence.
Gunpowder is not a prevalent part of my world yet.
I would just like to point out that usually the first thought of like extremely hot fire for people is lava, which is much more concerning for me to think about Shuffle being around than gunpowder.
So here's my idea, Guru.
Oh no.
If you don't want Shuffle just to think of it on his own, give me an Orthax situation, please.
We'll discuss it. No worries.
I'm scared.
But in the
very
meantime,
scared.
everyone else who's been listening to the tail end of this, thank you so much for watching this. You've all been wonderful as per usual. Thank you for being with us to share this adventure. I'm going to cut off the recording now just because, we're at the end of that time. We will see you all next week. Hopefully my my schedule won't shift again, but we'll see how that goes as it is kind of flexible. Gotta take care of life stuff. But in the meantime, you're all wonderful people. Thank you to my friends here for playing the game with us. And we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.